tour in the backcountry area near Truckee when a wall of snow struck them. 6 were rescued, 8 have been found dead, and 1 skier is still missing. Dr. Cheyenne Follett at the University of Maryland Medical Center says preparation is key for skiing unpatrolled areas.
Making sure that you have a beacon, a transmitter, a shovel, and other things that if you are trapped in an avalanche can help you survive.
The Nevada County Sheriff says to say the skiers and rescuers have faced extreme weather conditions is an understatement. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Billionaire Les Wexner is being questioned today by members of Congress about his friendship with convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. CBS's Torianne Small.
Wexner's team is claiming that they cut ties with Epstein, who served as a manager of his money for the billionaire after his crimes became known and available, and they're maintaining their client's innocence throughout this entire process.
U.S. and Iranian negotiators say there's been progress in indirect talks about curbing Iran's nuclear program, but National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster says,
I think the chances of a sustained, air and strike campaign against Iran are very high. I would put over 80%. And the reason why I think that is because of the intransigence of the Iranian regime.
The U.S. has a massive naval force in the region. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says it's unfair President Trump is calling on Ukraine to make concessions to Russia as peace talks continue with no breakthrough. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
I think the president would respond to that by saying he does not think it's fair that thousands of Ukrainians are losing their lives, and Russians too, in this deadly war.
The WNBA season begins soon, but the league and its players union are still far apart. CBS's Michael Wallace.
The union did lower the share of the league's gross revenue it's seeking from 31% to 27.5%. It also suggested dropping the requirement that the league provide housing for all players. The WNBA says time is running out to reach a deal. It has to conduct a 2-team expansion draft, the college draft, and free agency before the scheduled start of training camp in April.
The league calls the Players Association's latest counterproposal unrealistic. Team USA's Michaela Schifrin wins women's slalom gold.
This was a moment I have dreamed about. I've also been very scared of this moment.
It's her first Olympic medal since 2018. She dominated today. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
Rumors of a Seahawks sale have been confirmed. More on that coming right up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic in Linwood, southbound I-5 at the 405 interchange. The right lane of the off-ramp to 405 is blocked for maintenance work, and that's got traffic slow from 128th. That's about a 3 to 4 mile backup. Once you get past the interchange, you're wide open until you get into Northgate, and then from there, it's a little slow into the U District. All added up, Everett to Seattle will take you 40 minutes, 20 minutes from Linwood. North 5 jams up approaching the Ship Canal Bridge. To no surprise, about 5 minutes to clear this mile-and-a-half backup. This report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. It's now official. The Paul Allen Foundation announced this morning that the process to sell the Seahawks is now underway. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch spoke with fans.
In the Stadium District, 12s are still celebrating a Super Bowl victory and looking for new Seahawks swag. Most have been anticipating the sale of the Seahawks since Paul Allen's death in 2018, but now it's real, and fans we spoke with support the sale and donating the funds to charity. Here's Seahawks fan L.T. Tenner.
The money's going to go to a good place, so him selling the team is only profitable for the world, and then the team's still going to be the team.
And that's the biggest concern for fans, that the team remains here in Seattle after the sale. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Well, we could finally get a Supreme Court ruling on President Trump's tariffs this week. KIRO News Radio's Manda Factor spoke with a former attorney general about the case.
President Trump used an emergency law to justify the tariffs, claiming the trade deficit is a national emergency. The justices will decide whether the president can do that without Congress. Former State Attorney General Rob McCann expects a ruling against the administration.
Nearly every commentator who analyzed the arguments sees a large majority, if not a unanimous court, ruling against his use of the 1977 law.
If that happens, what's next?
There will be hundreds of billions of dollars in refunds that the federal government will have to pay out to companies that that paid tariffs on goods that they imported.
Some companies, including Costco, have already applied for refunds. Manda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
King County authorities found 10 sick children and a deceased woman inside a Maple Valley home on Friday. KIRO 7's Dee Sun has more on what deputies found.
Filthy and hazardous. That's how King County deputies described what was inside that home. They say that in the past, neighbors have reported suspicious activity, burning, and noises. But inside, deputies say they found rotten food, sewage, as well as animal waste odors, plus potential fire hazards.
Officials say local law enforcement had been called to that residence multiple times before. A fire on Queen Anne forced the evacuation of a nearby apartment building this morning. Seattle Fire says crews responded to the 1200 block of Queen Anne Avenue North, where power lines had to be de-energized before they could reach the scene. We spoke with neighbors.
Seen a bunch of flames coming out of the side.
Our apartment smelled like gas.
And the fire department believes the blaze may be connected to natural gas. One person was stuck in a crane, but they've brought them down and they are not hurt. And now your KIRO News Radio weather, a mix of rain, clearing throughout the afternoon. We'll top out right around 43. Less rain tomorrow into Friday. Overnight lows dropping below freezing. 38, mostly cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday. Ash Wednesday, actually, to you.
That's right, Ash Wednesday. Happy Ash
Jake
Wednesday.
Skorheim,
Yeah.
Spike O'Neill sitting right there. Spike, a lot of stuff to get to. Should we just dive right into first things first?
We better. We're not going to get to it.
We better. We'll never have time to get to it. Okay. Seahawks. That's the big local news.
Yeah.
During the Super Bowl week and the week ahead, the media week.
Yeah.
Jody Allen was asked, so the Seahawks, there was that rumor, Seahawks are going to be up for sale. Jody Allen basically said, well, we don't respond to rumors and, kind of put that to bed.
What you got to do. Yeah.
You don't want to distract the team in the middle of the Super Bowl preparations. So I understood why she did that. But clearly, behind the scenes conversations must have been taking place. But they have now made an announcement on their Seahawks, put this post out, and they said that they have commenced a formal sale process for the Seattle Seahawks NFL franchise, consistent with Paul Allen's directive to eventually sell his sports holdings and direct all estate proceeds to philanthropy. Good for him. The estate has selected investment bank, blah, 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 blah. So they are trying to sell the team. I cannot imagine it's going to be very tough to sell a Super Bowl winning team.
They expect it could be the highest priced franchise in American history.
This is the best time to sell a team.
Yeah.
If you're in the
value.
Super Bowl business, or if you're the football business, this is the best time to sell your team. What do you think, Spike, is the impact of getting a new owner? Are you worried at all about it?
Oh, horribly worried. Horribly worried.
You were kind of nervous about this.
I am very worried.
When we heard about this.
I have lived through bad ownership of a sports franchise. The team I grew up rooting for, the Baltimore Colts. I almost said Indian No Place, which I can't ever call them that. Baltimore Colts were owned by one of the worst owners in American football history, Bob Irsay. Mm-hmm. His son Jim eventually took over the team's leadership when his dad passed away, and Jim Irsay recently passed away as well. The Irsay family, I think, still owns it. They may have sold off when Jim passed. But I say this, ownership is everything in the NFL. A good owner is everything. A bad owner you will never see the promised land with a bad ownership. The league is littered with examples.
And not just in football.
Ownership.
You can go into any league.
Any sport. Any league. Yeah.
I mean, Howard Schultz.
Ownership is, right, exactly. Ownership is everything.
Yeah.
And we have been truly blessed because we had bad ownership right here. Everybody remembers the Ken Behring era of Seahawk football when they almost became they were going to move them to California. They were going to be the Blackhawks. There was rumors before Ken Behring sold that he wanted to move the team.
And he sold it to Allen?
He sold it to Paul Allen, 97. Okay. Yeah.
It's nice with a guy like Paul Allen who, why do you think he was so successful as an owner? Was it, well, number one, he had unlimited money, which always helps.
That helps, but.
But I wonder if it's because Paul Allen recognized, I'm not going to come in and make every football decision, but I'm really good at supporting the people who can know what they're doing.
One of the reasons I think Paul Allen and Bill Gates were so successful was they hired people to do the things that needed to be done. They didn't think that because I'm in the room, I'm the smartest guy in the room.
Also, I think Bill Gates is a ruthless businessman. I mean, I think that's why Microsoft is very successful.
But my point being, Paul Allen knows what he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he hired good people and entrusted them to make good decisions with the running of the football team.
And then he passes that same spirit along to Jody Allen.
Who's been brilliant.
Who's been a good steward of the
chair,
team.
yeah.
People were upset because she didn't sell it as quickly or yada, yada, but who cares? Whatever.
Well, there's an NFL rule. The team was put in trust.
They don't want the team in limbo like that.
Well, they have to have an owner. You can't be in a trust to own an NFL franchise. There was a deadline. There was a story also around the Super Bowl that the Seahawks had been penalized for fined $5 million.
Which is nothing.
And also the league said, we told them they were subject to a fine. They weren't fined.
Was that a Patriots leak?
Absolutely.
It's got to be.
Look,
right?
Now I give Mr. Kraft all the credit in the world for being a good owner because he's obviously hired football people to do football things, to run the team.
Yeah.
But he's
most
also
successful owner in history.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're going by rings,
if you're going by wins
and rings, championships, absolutely. But he's also kind of a bit of a scallywag.
Not with that as controversial.
Right. Sure. Exactly. That's why he got passed over on the first ballot of the Hall of Fame induction. He and Belichick. But yeah,
Paul Allen, nobody's thinking that about Paul Allen. Nobody's saying that about Paul Allen or Jody Allen.
Right.
So why isn't Jody Allen going to? I assume that she's got plenty of cash, right? She got the money from. She's probably got a nice inheritance from her brother.
Maybe, but
is it possible that she could own the team, or is that just not happening?
I don't know what the dynamics are of her personal wealth. I imagine she could probably get a good line of credit.
Probably,
and she's been the chair of the team. She's not really the owner. And as the chair of the team, she's had some hand in decision making. And she's, by all accounts, done a wonderful job, whether it be moving on from Russell, getting that trade done, moving on from Pete,
John
bringing
Schneider,
McDonald
right?
in. Right.
He's the first, isn't he the first GM in history to win 2 Super Bowls with 2 completely different squads?
Not a single, it's right, not a single holdover from the Super Bowl 48 championship to the Super Bowl 60 championship. Not one. And first coach in history.
Which means it's not chance that it happened.
No, exactly.
It wasn't lightning in the bottle. He knows what he's doing.
Right.
So obviously you got John Schneider, who's a massive, think about his value to an organization like the Seahawks. When I think about selling, is he going to be the first interview that somebody does? Like, who's ever in charge of selling the team, they want to make sure it goes to somebody who's not going to mess up what works. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now, everything's kind of working in Seattle.
Yeah.
They are going to lose some players, obviously, this year.
Well, they've already lost some coaching, as you do. That's what happens with success, is people come poach your resources.
But if you got a guy like Schneider, and you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but if you got a guy like him who's obviously knows what he's doing, obviously he's going to be instrumental in helping who's the next. Is he going to be part of that conversation, or do they just say who's going to be his next boss?
I don't. That's a great question. You asked about, am I worried? Because if it just goes to the highest bidder, any chucklehead can come in here with. It's amazing how much people who have zillions of dollars sometimes without any
don't know about sports
at all, or common sense.
Again,
things.
the aforementioned Howard Schultz.
Well, yeah, and there's rumors flying around town. Is it Elon Musk has been rumored with interest in buying the team?
It's not gonna be Elon
Musk. I would think not as well. The NFL has.
He's going to the moon. He doesn't.
He
doesn't want to worry about football.
He's looking for an expansion franchise.
He might look on you're totally right. Yes, he could have the first professional moon team,
intergalactic.
Yes, and he's got the money when the time comes.
I hope that the Allen Family Trust, the foundation, the people who have, made Paul Allen's final wishes that all his assets be liquidated for philanthropy, which that in itself teaches you all you need to know about who Paul Allen was as a guy. I hope that Jody Allen and the powers that be that make the decision on who to sell this team to pick a wise owner to transfer the ownership of this team, to sell this team to. The NFL has the right to approve any owner. Their league, other owners get to vote on whether a guy gets in or not. That's how Donald Trump didn't get in way back in the 80s.
It's very political.
It's very political.
It's also the reason why you have a guy like Kraft or a guy like what's-his-face who didn't make it into the Hall of Fame. There are people that if you rub somebody the wrong way, they can hold it against you later on.
They want good stewards of their brand. Their
Belichick.
Belichick. Bob Irsay, the owner of my Baltimore Colts, right? So when I was growing up, it was Johnny Unitas and the Colts. These were one of the most storied franchises in all of history. From
for sure.
The 50s, 60s, 70s. The owner of the Colts was a guy named Bob Irsay who bought the LA Rams. He bought the Los Angeles Rams. He'd done so well in heating and air conditioning. That was his business, HVAC, that he was able to buy the Los Angeles Rams who were pretty much at that point not a proven commodity. They couldn't really make football work in L.A. He traded, heads up, the Rams for the Colts. He bought the Rams and traded Carol Rosenblum, the then owner of the Baltimore Colts. They just swapped franchises.
They just traded?
They traded.
Straight up trade.
He traded the L.A. market for the Baltimore market because Baltimore was a proven winner. It took Irsay 12 years to tank that, less than that, to tank that franchise to the point where they moved him out of Baltimore. Baltimore stopped supporting a team that they have been supported for 40 years, 30, 40 years. And Irsay moved that team to Indianapolis. Rosenblum, meanwhile, went on to be mega successful in L.A., as you are.
Yeah, obviously.
He's successful in Baltimore.
Yeah.
There was a point in 1981 when Bob Irsay, the owner, who had a bit of a drinking problem, but everybody's got their issues, he called from the owner's box during a game in 81 and told the coach to bench our quarterback, Burt Jones. And the coach just hangs up the phone. Bob Irsay he's calling plays drunk, calling plays from the press box.
It's like a video game. For these rich guys, they're just playing. They're like, I want to play this.
Well, then let's talk about.
But that's the problem. Somebody comes in and just has the money, and they just want to get involved.
Right. Well, look at Jerry Jones. Maybe the most valuable franchise in football, hasn't been sold in a while, so you don't know.
Sure.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, he bought that team for $140 million.
And now it's worth estimated probably go for $8 by the time they sell that team, right? Or more.
I bet you it's more than that because the Seahawks are going to go. The
Seahawks may go for $7.
When the what was it? The Commanders in 23 sold. I think that team was like $6 or $7 billion, right? And that was a record at the time.
Yes. Yeah, correct.
There's no way that the Cowboys are worth less than the Commanders.
10's probably a fair estimation.
And now they're saying that the Seahawks could go anywhere between $7 and $11 billion. Isn't that the market?
I've only seen 6.8 to 7 is what I've seen so far.
Okay.
But that being said, Jerry Jones is the only owner in NFL who's also the general manager.
Sure.
Who really doesn't know football and thinks he does.
They have not had great success in the last 30 years.
Have won in 30 years.
He won 3 Super Bowls with them, so it's not like he's had no success. But,
he's also the guy that forced Jimmy Johnson out. Jimmy Johnson quit because Jerry Jones tried to tell him how to run football team.
There was a phenomenal documentary it's called America's Team. It's on Netflix, and it's the whole history of the Cowboys under Jones' leadership. It's very Jones-centric. I mean, he participates in the whole thing. But they talk to everyone. They talk to Jimmy Johnson about their split. Those guys played college football together. That's why he hired him to be the coach. And it's really interesting, but how he has grown that brand into a worldwide
businessman.
I mean,
yes,
he
absolutely.
is the high watermark. And when you look at team owners and the value of a franchise, he's like the guy, right, in the NFL. Like they still look at Jimmy Johnson and go like, I'm not Jimmy Johnson, I'm sorry. What's his face? You just said his name. Jerry Jones. They still look at Jerry Jones and go like, all right, he still holds tremendous power with the owners.
Yeah, and he'll hold sway, absolutely.
He will hold sway over who gets to own the Seahawks because they'll all get a say. They'll all get a little vote there.
But the league is littered with examples of horrible owners. When teams like the Cardinals, the Bidwell family, since they owned them in St. Louis.
You just can't ask for any more than the Allen family.
Right.
What they had, and they were homegrown.
Yep.
They understood the value of the team locally here, and it would be great if they could find somebody who also has that same feeling. It does limit you in your buyers because there's not a whole lot of people locally who could write a check for $8 billion.
Au contraire. I think there are. You asked me ahead of the show.
There's a few. There's a Bezos.
First off, the teams. I don't think the team will. Last time I said a guy wouldn't leave town, I got a tattoo of the team he went to on my rear end, so I won't make that kind of statement. This city,
Seahawks are not leaving.
Seahawks are not leaving. The market has shown how valuable it is.
Yeah.
The fan base has shown. That's why it's worth $6.8 million.
Everyone would lose their mind. They're not going to do it. Think of all the repercussions after the Sonics left. And the Sonics were not even a successful team at the time. They just won a Super Bowl here. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
But the next owner, I mean, that's got to be a short list of like 3-4 people who are local. If we're talking about just local people who have the money to write a check for $8 billion. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Are you writing down?
I got my dream owners. I got my dream ownership.
Who's your dream owner? Give me your top 2.
Oh, actually, it's a pair. I expect 2. I would love.
You would love
people.
a partnership.
I would.
All right.
Mackenzie Scott and Melinda Gates, the Ex-Wives Club.
That's who you want to own the team?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're both insanely rich, given their divorce settlements.
So they don't care about how the team is run. They'll just leave it up to people who know.
They have both turned their lives to philanthropy, keeping in line with the Allen credo, if you will. These 2 women are brilliant women who have become excellent stewards of their legacy and their inheritance from burying these two clam dips and helped both those guys become successful.
I don't know if I say clam dips.
Gotten billions of
They
dollars.
did make those ladies a lot of money.
Well, let's not
Here's
even
what I would
get
rather
into
do.
picadillos.
Here's what I would rather do.
I would love to see those.
I will
ladies.
counter yours.
With what? With who?
Bezos and Gates. You have Melinda and you have Melinda and Mackenzie, and I will pick Bezos and Gates, and we'll see which two would run a better franchise.
That's interesting. Let's ask the text line.
Let's ask the text line.
Who do you think would be better owners of the Seahawks if you could only pick one of these two groups?
Yes.
These are the top two bidders.
That's the only two they can pick?
These are the top two
the
bidders.
The ex-wives or the ex-husbands?
Yes.
That's kind of fun.
Right?
All right.
Who would be better stewards of the Seattle Seahawks?
Okay.
The women,
888 the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476.
Mackenzie Scott.
This is a ridiculous scenario,
It's
by the
a
way.
wonderful scenario.
None of them are going to buy the team. Maybe Bezos, but I don't think Bill Gates is interested in buying a football team.
Maybe he's got some legacy repair to do.
He's buying crickets for all of us to eat. He's not buying football teams.
He's going to cure malaria and save football for the Northwest. What a legacy. Who cares what file he's in?
I think
if he saves football in the Northwest.
I think it would be a very interesting thing if he did buy it, given his obviously connection to Paul Allen.
Sure.
I mean, if he was the next guy to own the team, there is a through line there.
There'd be a synergy to it, yeah.
And I think I actually think that Gates and Bezos are both in a position where maybe they want to try to ingratiate themselves with people a little bit right now.
Maybe so, yes.
So you could see a version where both those guys go like, hey, you know what?
started here?
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Microsoft started here.
Bezos is not an idiot. He knows the value in a team like the Seahawks.
He's not an idiot.
He's a smart guy. Okay, so that's the text line question. Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line, 888-973-5476.
If you have a dark horse candidate we haven't thought of.
No, it's either Mackenzie Bezos and Melinda Gates.
Mackenzie Scott.
Eminem or Bill and
Jeff.
Bill and Bezos. Or Double B.
No, Bill and Bezos or Mac and Mel.
Yeah. All right. That's the text line. You got to let us know. Let us know who should be the owner of this team.
Your question: Did the leak during Super Bowl week come from Robert Kraft? I think it did.
Any distraction that the Patriots, and it might have been through one of their reporters who love them, to distract the Seahawks from what they did to the Patriots. That's what they were trying to prevent, and they failed. Obviously,
they were looking for any advantage they could get.
I wonder too if they already knew. Do they already know who's going to own this team?
It sounds like they've started sale. It's not like they've announced it. That announcement that they made, the official announcement, was very carefully worded.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say,
it's formal sale process.
Exactly.
It doesn't say that we've entered into negotiations. A formal sale process.
It also doesn't say the team is officially for sale. They've entered into a sale process. They've got a buyer, I think. Trying to read into the tea leaves of that statement. I think they've got a buyer.
So this is a specific
process
buyer out there.
Yeah, I think so.
A process to a specific buyer.
I think so. You know who else might be interested?
Where's Bezos doing? What's he doing right now? Like, I want to find out where he's at. Is he local here right now? Is he visiting Seattle for some reason?
Maybe he's checking on the warehouse distribution center, see if the robots are happy.
He
in
might
their jobs,
be. Yeah.
Right. How about Mark Cuban as a dark horse?
Well, he spends all his time though with his Dallas team. I mean, I don't think he's going to.
Does he still own the Mavs, or did he sell the Mavs?
He still owns the Mavs.
Okay,
that's like his crown jewel.
He's got the cash.
I don't know if Mark Cuban has enough cash for the Seahawks, to be honest. He's a rich man, but I don't know if he's got $8 billion. How much does Mark Cuban have?
He's selling. He's got the pharmacy thing he just started up too, right? Didn't he just start like a discount
His
pharmacy
net worth
thing?
is too low. He's only worth $6 billion.
He could be a partner.
He could get an investment together. I guess that's possible.
Be an ownership group.
What you're looking for is somebody who can just write a check.
Okay.
Bill Gates could write a check tomorrow, and he wouldn't feel any difference in his life. Mark Cuban is taking a risk.
So could Mackenzie.
She could as well.
She could. So
You're
could
right.
Melinda.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
either of them could.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know on the text line, 888-973.
We had so much to get to.
5476.
We didn't get that.
When we come back, I'm actually really excited for this next segment.
Okay.
So Bob Ferguson is now making statements about the millionaire's tax. He's doing something very specific, and I have realized what it is.
Okay.
Him and Jamie Peterson, what they're doing, and I've realized what it is. And I also...
You're seeing behind the veil?
I'm seeing behind the veil.
Look at you.
I'm seeing how the wizard works behind the curtain.
Okay.
And I have solved the state's problems on spending. I have done 30 minutes of digging, and I said to myself, where can we come up with the however many billions that they're in the hole that they feel like they need to take out of rich people's pockets?
So as the big headlines say, bring me the broom of every rich guy in the state.
I have solved your problem, and it can be solved next. And if you listen to this, you're going to agree with me, I think.
Okay, if you aren't here and when we come back, shame
You're
on you.
You're missing out. And all state lawmakers, listen to this. I will solve all your problems for you. It's not that hard. We'll do it when we get back. Stick around.
Man, can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world! You hear me?
You know, me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
Hey, folks, it's the rainy season. I don't have to tell you that. What I do have to tell you is that you should call Integrity Roofing and Construction right now. They're your trusted local roofing team. Integrity, of course, offers free estimates. Customer satisfaction speaks for itself. They can keep your home leak-proof during the rainy season and protect your investment from the Northwest weather. Visit integrityrc.com to schedule a free assessment or video inspection today. They got years of experience, business of the year, year after year after year. Their skilled team will help you protect your most important asset. Don't wait until next storm hits. Call them today, 206-202-ROOF, or online at integrityrc.com.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Schedule your free consultation at homecomfortalliance.com. Call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks are now up for sale. The Paul Allen estate made it official today. John Scholes, CEO of the Downtown Seattle Association, spoke with G and Ursula just moments after the news broke.
This team has had great local ownership for so long, and I certainly hope and wish for that in the next ownership group.
Allen purchased the Seahawks in 1997. A sale of the Seahawks has been expected since Allen's death in 2018. He made it a directive for his trust to sell both the Seahawks and the NBA's Portland Trail Blazers, with proceeds to be donated to philanthropic efforts. A fire on Queen Anne led to the evacuation of a nearby apartment building. Seattle fire crews were delayed because power lines needed to be de-energized before they could access the scene on Queen Anne Avenue. We spoke to a neighbor late this morning while firefighters tried to put the flames out.
From what we've heard, it's a gas line that somehow erupted, and so they've just been spraying the bushes in the area around the flames to try and keep it from spreading.
A crane operator was trapped but wasn't hurt. You can see images from the scene at mynorthwest.com. Riding the ferry is about to cost a little more if you're paying with plastic. Starting March 1st, a new 3% surcharge will be added to fares paid with a credit or debit card. Hillary Badger with Washington State Ferry says the fee simply covers the cost of processing cards.
This fee is really designated to just cover the financial transactions that ferries was already incurring when collecting fares.
And it's in line with what lawmakers approved last year. The fee is expected to bring in nearly $7.5 million over 2 years. Beef prices in the U.S. continue to climb due to a shrinking national cattle herd. KIRO 7 spoke with the owner of Double D Meats in Mount Lake Terrace, who says they're doing everything they can to keep meat affordable for customers.
We call all our suppliers, what's your price on this? What can we do? We love to find bargains and bring those in to help everybody out. But yeah, they're hard to find right now.
January numbers show that beef and veal are 15% more expensive than a year ago. Granite Falls students got a snowy day off today. Accumulating snow and ice forced the district to cancel all school and transportation services. After-school activities, sports practices, and events are also off, according to KIRO 7. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic. Let's see, up in Linwood, South 5 at the 405 interchange. Maintenance crews are on the right shoulder of the off-ramp. No longer a big backup in the scene, just a minor slowing. South 5 into Seattle slows through the U District. Gets pretty thick from downtown as you get closer to I-90. Everett to Seattle, we're down to 35 minutes. Less than 20 minutes now from Linwood. And North 5, you're going to slow briefly at I-90. You jam up just past Mercer across the Ship Canal Bridge. About 7 minutes to clear the Revive I-5 backup. And now look at your weather. Cooler temperatures today with rain at times. 43 for our high, less rain, and low 40s into Friday. Cloudy and 40 right now downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right. Governor Bob Ferguson.
That's nice you're calling him. That's nice. Good for you.
Calling him by his name?
Well, a Turd Ferguson moment, at least. I mean, if any has ever warranted a Turd Ferguson.
It's implied.
It's implied.
Everybody hears it and they instantly go, Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Funny governor.
Funny name. He was speaking about the millionaire tax, which I know what he's doing here. He's basically saying, listen, this thing came to if it comes to my desk, it's not going to be good enough, folks. We got to add all this stuff to make it better, and people are going to love it if you add all this stuff to make it better. I don't know why he sounds like he's from Wisconsin in my head, but he does. Here's what's happening, and I think it's very important that it's noted. They're good cop, bad cop in us. That's what Peterson, head of Democrats in Washington, right, Senate Democrat leader, and that's what Ferguson, who obviously these two guys know what they're going to do with the millionaire's tax. There's just no... There's no way. There's no way that Peterson comes up with this millionaire tax and doesn't already talk about these things with the governor. I mean, they're very tight. There's no way that he doesn't already know what the bill is going to be about, and so he can come out and Bob Ferguson goes, "Oh, you know what? This is not going to do it, folks." Now he's our protector. They're good cop, bad cop in us. Okay. Peterson's the bad cop. He's coming in saying, we're going to tax all millionaires, and not only millionaires, we're not going to make any limit on how much it can be lowered.
We're not going to handcuff future legislative bodies.
Because they might need more revenue, yada, yada, yada. And then Ferguson comes in and goes like, hey, guys, listen, I got to protect you people. And then by the end of all of it, our standards have been so lowered by the idea that we've just had an income tax smashed down on us, which will be his legacy if this thing passes. We're all celebrating that it's only a millionaire tax, which is ridiculous. On
Stood
principle,
up for the little man,
on
he?
Principle, I disagree with it.
Okay.
I don't think a millionaire tax is a good idea. Even if it stops at $1 million, I don't think it's a good idea. Any income tax, bad idea. Okay, so he spoke a little bit about that. He got a little testy, too. We're going to play some audio. He got a little testy with one reporter who was asking him about this. In fact, I'll just play that cut straight off. It's pretty good. Where is this here? Carlene Johnson, Center Square. Great questions. She's pressing Governor Ferguson on whether this millionaire tax would become an income tax. Oh, my audio. Here we go.
Governor, a lot of concern for folks that are worried that this is going to trickle down and eventually be an income tax on all of us. You've been kind of careful with some of your language to not say that you want that included in the bill that you would sign, that's not going to be necessary. Would you be willing to state that you don't want this to trickle down beyond a tax on millionaires?
Sorry, I've been careful about what?
Would you be willing to say on the record that...
You said I was careful about something. What am I being careful about?
I asked you before.
Kind of testy. I feel like he's responding kind of hard here. I wonder why.
About this trickling down to lower incomes, and I think your response was to say that for now we're just talking about the millionaire's tax. We're not talking about...
I've been crystal clear on that for anyone who's been listening. So my position is clear that the millionaire's tax should only apply to folks who make that $1 million
per household.
I've also said there needs to be essentially an inflation index, so that amount goes up every single year. So it doesn't folks don't essentially come up to it eventually. So I've been crystal clear on that. That's what I support, and I would not be signing a tax that tax folks below the $1 million. So I've been very clear about that.
Even in the future?
I've been very clear about that, yes.
He also said, it's worth noting, do you remember when he was running for office? When he was running for governor against Reichert? They had debates. They talked all the time. People said, hey, you know what? You're not going to raise taxes on people, right? And he goes, no, I would never want to raise. I don't even want to talk about raising taxes. He's very specific in the language. He's a lawyer. He knows what he's doing.
Sure, yeah.
I don't even talk about raising taxes. It's not even possible to talk about it. Let's focus on what we're going to do, which is like initially he was saying, I want to make some cuts. I want to make some cuts, and that's what we need to do, not raise new revenue. We need to make some cuts. And so he gets in. He starts the largest tax increase in state history, $9 billion. Yeah. He made some cuts, but clearly not enough.
$7 billion cuts. Yeah.
Clearly not enough. Yeah. They have record revenue in the state. It's grown every single year in the last few years. And if they just spent less, that would be probably the way forward. But he doesn't want to say that. He doesn't want to say spend less. He wants to say new revenue. So I think that's why he was getting testy here with Carlene Johnson from the Center Square. But I have solved his problem, Spike.
I'm looking forward to hearing this.
Okay, this is great news. We spend a lot of money in this state. The budget for the 25 through 27 biennium is nearly $80 billion, which is, again, double what it was 10 years ago. But whatever. Nearly $80 billion. Do you know where the majority of that money is spent?
Education.
Education.
Yeah, I've been paying attention.
Education.
Been paying attention.
We've been doing this for a while, you and me. You know.
Yep.
All right. So here's what they should do. Start with superintendents in our state. Start with superintendent pay. Do you know how many school districts we have in Washington State? I did not know this, so I'm not trying to trick you. I didn't know this. I was fascinated by this.
School superintendents we have?
How many districts we have in Washington State? School districts.
140.
295. That's a lot.
I'm getting closer, though.
So
it wasn't at 10%. I made it up to 50% of the real number this time.
That's pretty good.
I'm learning to expand.
You're getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Do you know what the top pay for a superintendent this
year
it's
like $550,
in Washington State is? That was last year.
Okay.
This year
it's $8.5 million.
No. Well, this year, the top pay of superintendent in Washington State is $466,481. That's in Renton.
Okay.
So the top pay in Renton for a superintendent is $466,000. Do you know how many administrators? And so I started digging into Renton, and I started looking at, all right, how much money are we spending on administrative staff? I'm not even targeting teacher pay here because I understand that the interface between teachers and students, I don't want to lose that.
Sure.
I'm just talking about administrators. These are people who have no contact with kids. I'm sure they do. They walk around the classrooms and they say hi to everybody.
They fill in sometimes when there's a teacher. They run detention, I'm sure.
Usually they're subs.
Well, they have valuable positions. I mean, I'm not valuable for monetary.
I'm not saying they're not valuable positions, but are they this valuable? I'm going to give you some numbers here.
Okay.
Since the year 2000, how much do you think the population of student enrollment has grown in Washington schools? Now, and I want the listening audience to realize I would not know any of these, so these are just fun guesses for Spike. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're talking about. I knew none of this stuff, but I'm fascinated. So how much has the school, how much have students grown in school enrollment in schools since 2000? By percentage-wise.
Oh, see, here's the thing, is I think it's declined since 2020. I think since the pandemic hit, that we've had a decline in student enrollment. That's what I keep hearing about, right?
That's why I picked 2000, so there's a general long...
Yeah, but I bet it was probably 25% prior to the pandemic, and it's down to like 15%.
No, it's at 12% on average. It's grown 12% since 2000.
I guessed 15, so good. Yeah, okay.
Do you know how many teachers have been hired?
2.
The teacher growth by percentage along that same.
So you've had a 12% student growth since 2000. Mm-hmm. Have you had a 10% teacher growth?
25% teacher growth.
Okay, that's good.
So you always hear about how we don't have enough teachers, so that's obviously not true. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. Principals. Percentage of principal growth since 2000.
Well, I think all administrators should have some principals.
I'm not saying they shouldn't have some.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much growth?
I was making the principal different meaning joke.
Oh, I get it.
It's okay. You're looking at numbers. It's hard to. It's okay.
I'm slow, Spike.
No.
I don't know words. I should have had a better teacher.
Every school. There's one principal per school, right?
And there have been 42% increase in principals staffing since 2000.
Principal staffing, support for the principals. Okay. So I
haven't even gotten to the numbers that will blow your mind and where the state could save all of their budget deficits. All of it.
Really?
I can wipe it out in the next segment, and I will do it free of charge for the state.
I'd love to hear you. So like the $7 billion deficit you're talking about?
Easy.
Okay.
We can do it. Easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
In assistant principals alone?
You'll hear about it next.
I can't wait.
The pay, you're not going to believe. Awesome. We'll be right back.
Man, can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world! You hear me?
You know, me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
Hey, February is Valentine Roofing Month. This is Jake Skorheim, and if you love Valentine Roofing as much as I do, it's time to shout it from the rooftops. Till the end of February, when you refer friends or family for a new roof or siding, you're going to earn your choice of a free maintenance service, or you can get a $250 gift card. That's pretty sweet. You can be confident that they're going to get the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service, even in winter weather. So tell your friends and family to call 206 Roofing today. Again, that's 206 Roofing.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What do the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
4 voices, 4 composers, 2 Grammys. The vocal supergroup Sage brings silky smooth harmony and joyful sisterhood to Jazz Alley. February 26th through March 1st. Tickets at jazzalley.com. Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike and I are solving all of the state's budget problems by cutting other people's salaries, which is the easiest thing to do.
No, you got to make
not
hard,
our own.
You got to make hard choices.
You got to make hard choices.
It's for the
somewhere.
kids.
It's for the kids.
Making it for the kids.
Listen, you want your kids to have a bright future and a lot of upside in Washington. Stop spending money where you don't need to spend it. Here's where you can start. And you asked me before the break, is this going to solve the $7 billion that they need? I don't know if it covers all of that, but I'd say you get a good chunk and you get going in the right direction. And you're going to send a message to people that you're not going to put up with all this guff and all these ridiculous salaries that they don't need to pay.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Sending a message. That's good.
Let's send a message. Here we go. Again, there's a 295 school districts in Washington State. We have the top superintendent in Washington State makes $466,481. That's in Renton. Do you know how many, and there's a lot, but do you know how many administrative staff, these are not people who are daily working with kids, administrative staff in Renton make more, like what would you say is a good wage? Like just a fair wage? Like what do you think would say, all right, you're making a good wage?
For a superintendent, for administrative, right?
I'm saying for anyone, not administrative, just for a general
170, 180, because it's an expensive area to live.
I jumped up a little bit because I understand that these people have master's degrees and they have bills they have to pay for, things like that.
Ongoing educational expenses.
So I set the baseline at $200,000.
Okay.
And I looked just in Renton. I said, all right, how many people just in Renton, how many administrators just in Renton are making more than $200,000? That's one school district, Spike. We have 295.
Okay.
This is one school district where their top administrator, who's the top paid superintendent this last year, made $466,000. How many administrative staff make more than $200K? And again, that's not health pay. That's there's other things. This is paycheck.
Paycheck.
More than $200K. How many administrators just in Renton?
13.
19.
19. Okay.
19 seems
I guessed much higher than initially thought too. I was trying to get in the game here.
And you're doing it.
Yeah.
19 seems like a lot to me.
How many schools are in the Renton district?
I can tell you right now how many schools in Renton School District.
There's probably 20.
That's a great question. How many schools in Renton School District?
Because we're talking about all levels of schools: high school, middle school, elementary schools, right?
All right. Renton has 31 schools.
Oh, 31. Okay.
Yeah. So 31 schools. They have 15,000 students. They have 19 administrators who are making more than 200,000, which seems enough. I don't think that you're going to lose a lot of, like, let's say, for instance, now this is not going to solve all the problems, but this is just one district. Let's say, for instance, you went to all those administrative staff and you said, listen, you guys have been making a pretty good wage, right? You're not going to get any raises for the next few years. We're not going to pay you any additional monies. And any new hires are going to start at, what was your number? 170?
Huh?
Let's call it 170. You all have to be at 170. That's not going to fix all the problems, but it's going to be a start.
Yeah, and all those are going to go work in some Amish.
That's totally. That's the thing. But I'm doing this in every district, so they're not going to. I'm going to do this in every district, and I'm going to make sure that they're
just some belt tightening. Some belt tightening, right?
Yes, yes, some belt tightening. Yeah. They gave in Washington State in the last couple of years, they gave a $1.3 billion increase to state employees. They gave a raise. Remember that whole bill that was voted on in 2024?
Yep.
So, okay, so I'm not giving any raises right now. I've worked at companies, as have you, who've been in tough times. And
I've gone through freezes.
They do pay freezes. Yep. Sometimes they even do, you're making less. Have you ever done those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you've been asked to take a cut.
You've been asked to take a pay cut.
Yeah,
you get to keep your job. The company gets to get financially healthy again. I remember back during the 2008 recession.
Yeah.
Here. This was like my 1 year into the job.
Yeah.
They
were like, everybody takes a little bit of a haircut, or
everybody takes an 8% haircut.
Or we get some decapitations.
What was nice about it was they only did it to the upper level employees. So like the show hosts, like I remember Dory took a pretty significant pay cut because, the guy made a ton of money because he was great at what he did. And he was willing to take a pay cut for the company's health. Yeah. Lower level people like myself at the time, they didn't ask us to pick a pay cut because they weren't paying us much to begin with. But that's how that should work, which is why I'm not saying that teachers should take pay cuts. I'm not suggesting that. All right, so superintendents in Washington. Again, not all of these school districts are the size of Renton.
Right.
With 31 schools. You have a lot of tiny school districts with like 2-3 schools. They might have a elementary, mid, and a high. Of all of the superintendents in Washington State, do you know how many are making more than $200K? I just went with the 200,000.
Oh, all of them?
No, not all of them. No, there's some that are making less.
There's some well, your 200K goes a lot further in Eastern Washington.
In Blaine, yeah.
About half of them make that money?
166 make more than 200,000, and many of them make way more than 200,000. These are just little areas where I feel like you could save a lot of money because you don't need to pay these people that amount of money. I was telling you this graph earlier when I said, when I was talking about student enrollment numbers increased by percentage since 2000.
12.
Students had grown 12. Teachers had grown by 25%. Principals had grown by 42%.
Okay.
Administrative staff has grown by 54%. That seems like a lot to me when student enrollment has only grown by 12.
It does. It does seem like administrative costs have been the big drain.
And
on our budget.
80% of all the money that goes into our schools, and we spend, what was it, almost $34 billion? That's what's in the next budget?
56% of our budget, goes to education.
$34 billion, 80% of that goes to salaries. I mean, that's just, to me, if I was the governor and I'm looking down the road and I'm saying like, hey, how do we get fiscally responsible and healthy? He's never going to do that because his number one supporter is teachers unions, and they're never going to do that.
But don't you? If you're gonna, I mean, I know we're going to argue that you don't get good returns for your investment, but these teachers, you got to be competitive in your salaries, or you're not going to get quality teachers.
I will repeat to you what you just said 10 seconds ago.
That you're not getting the return for the buck. I wouldn't put that on the. I wouldn't put that on the teachers. I would put that on the administrators.
Who else would you put it on?
Parents who don't have their kids. I really think that. Lack of parental involvement in the student's life has much more to do with deteriorating results than teachers or resources.
But then the argument cannot be you need to pay for better teachers. Right?
No, I don't. I don't think that's. I disagree with that. I think you got to be competitive in your salaries.
You just said the opposite.
No, I didn't. I said you can't blame the teachers for lack of.
But they get credit for doing well. But they don't get any credit when they don't do well.
It's not their fault. They shouldn't get blamed.
Well, we disagree on that.
Yeah.
But that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Thanks, Brandy. Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home, better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster, at a higher price, and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
I'm
Worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member, you get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Heather Bosch. Rescue turns to recovery in Northern California. 8 backcountry skiers are confirmed dead after an avalanche.
The avalanche near Castle Peak in Nevada County was reported around 11:30 a.m. Tuesday as a heavy snowstorm moved through Northern California, bringing blizzard conditions to higher elevations. 15 backcountry skiers were involved, 6 were rescued. Nevada County Sheriff Shannon Moon says the conditions are dangerous.
We could have all the resources we want, but if it's not safe to get to that location, we really have to make sure that we're making great decisions on this side.
Another storm is expected tonight. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
In Los Angeles.
Mr. Zuckerberg, did Meta purposely design the platform to harm children?
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg arrives at a courthouse where he testified in a civil case over his social media platforms. Plaintiffs claim kids are not protected. Zuckerberg says policy is not to allow kids under 13 to set up accounts, but people lie to skirt the rules. It's been 18 days since Nancy Guthrie disappeared from her Arizona home. Pima County, Arizona Sheriff Chris Nanos tells the BBC.
For me, the priority is that house, that crime scene. We have DNA found at a glove that's 2 miles away, but you could have gloves that were found 5 or 6 miles away. We have, like I say, 40,000 leads. You have to start prioritizing those leads.
Billionaire businessman Les Wexner is testifying before members of Congress about his longtime friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. Wexner says he had no idea about Epstein's crimes. Representative Jasmine Crockett is skeptical.
It is almost inconceivable to be missing the amounts of money that are missing, and somehow Mr. Wexner have no idea.
Wexner says Epstein was a con man. The U.S. Transportation Department cracks down on driving schools. Here's CBS's Allison Keyes.
The DOT says more than 500 commercial schools where both bus drivers and truckers are trained must close. The agency says investigations found instructors who weren't qualified, students who weren't adequately tested, and a plethora of other safety issues.
The Vatican says no to President Trump's plans for Gaza. CBS's Sabina Castelfranco explains.
The Vatican's top diplomat, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, has said the Vatican will not participate in President Trump's so-called Board of Peace initiative. Parolin said the Vatican believes the United Nations is the institution responsible for managing crisis situations.
The Board of Peace is meant to guide governing and rebuilding in the territory. It's scheduled to meet for the first time tomorrow. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
Your Seahawks are for sale. More on that straight ahead. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. We do have a new collision. It's down in Tukwila, eastbound 518 at 51st. That's just before I-5. This one blocks your right lane, and that's why you're backed up to the airport. Heading into Seattle, North 5 slows briefly at I-90. And then we've got a pretty hefty backup starting just past Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge, where, of course, road work blocks 2 left lanes through June, taking you about 10 minutes to clear our Revive I-5 backup. And South 5, a little crowded in the U District. That continues down to I-90. It does get thick between 520 and Mercer. Linwood to Seattle, plan on 20 minutes. Get ready for a night of hard-hitting MMA excitement with WFC 190 April 25th at the Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. The Paul Allen Foundation announced this morning that the wheels are now in motion to sell the Seahawks. Most knew this day would come following Allen's death in 2018, and as you might expect, the 12s have their opinions.
I'm just hoping it doesn't go the way of the Sonics. You know, if it's sold, that they have some contingent, that it stays here, obviously. You know, I think all the fans would want that.
I hope that it would be somebody local or somebody that's really interested in football and the fans and the football experience, NFL experience, and that we're interested in keeping the team here in Seattle.
All proceeds from the sale will be donated to charity per Paul Allen's request. 2 teens are facing legal trouble following a brawl at a student protest Friday outside Enumclaw City Hall. KIRO 7's Dee Sun with details.
You can see the man in the yellow glasses take a punch to the face from a 17-year-old girl, according to police. Protesters also surround the officers as they're trying to make an arrest here.
Local law enforcement reminds community members that violence is never the answer to opposing views. Western Washington is in the thick of flu season. The latest flu report shows that 106 people have died from the virus so far this season in our state. KIRO 7 spoke with Snohomish County Health Officer Dr. James Lewis about what to expect in the coming weeks.
Our experience has shown a late peak, and so we will expect those numbers to really jump up here in the next couple weeks as we probably hit a peak.
Dr. Lewis recommends that everyone get a flu shot to protect themselves and their families. Washington State is asking FEMA to declare December's historic flooding a major disaster. Governor Bob Ferguson says the preliminary damage estimate to the state's infrastructure at $182 million.
This historic flooding resulted in, we believe, the largest dollar amount of public infrastructure damage in Washington State in more than 4 decades, and that's counting for inflation.
If approved, the federal government could reimburse up to 75% of repair costs. This is separate from the $21.3 million Ferguson requested from FEMA last month. That money would go to individuals whose homes were damaged or destroyed. The state wrestling championship starts tomorrow at the Tacoma Dome, but one athlete won't be there. A transgender wrestler from the Puyallup School District has withdrawn after being accused of sexually assaulting another student. The News Tribune reports the alleged assault happened during a December match against a Rogers High School sophomore. Pierce County deputies are now investigating. The captain of the Seattle Torrent will be coming home from the Winter Olympics with much more than a medal. Hillary Knight posted a video showing her proposing to American speed skater Brittany Bowe, and she said yes. Knight plays for the gold tomorrow in the women's hockey finals against Canada, while Bowe wraps up her final event on Friday. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Scattered showers with occasional sun breaks and a high right around 43. We could see the coldest night so far this winter with an overnight low near 28 for Seattle. 40 and partly sunny in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. It's not 2 hours, 1 hour. Time flies, we're having fun, although it's flying half as fast as I thought it was. What does that mean? 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Thank the Lord. That would have been far too fast. Hard to be done with 2 hours. Spike, we got to get right into this. This is a story that will make people, I think it's going to make people mad and annoyed. But I will let you be the judge. You are my barometer of what people feel.
Sure.
And
thank you, by the way. That's quite a compliment.
Yeah, you wear your heart on your sleeve, and I love that about you. All right, King County Public Health. Seattle and King County Public Health are now training. You can read about this at seattlered.com. Are now training dog owners, specifically in this case, homeless dog owners, how to treat overdosing dogs. They're actually handing out pamphlets which give instructions on how to treat your overdosed dog. And they have Andrea Suarez from iHeart Seattle. Or We Heart Seattle? We Heart Seattle, sorry. Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle posted this video and also some photos she got one of these pamphlets that was being put out there. And there's an adorable little picture, and maybe we can show this, Laura, on the live screen here. There was an adorable little picture of a cute little puppy. I assume this is AI driven, or it's just like
it could be a good hand drawing. I could do that. That's pretty good.
Does this look like a child's drawing, like a nightmare child's drawing? If your kid drew this, sweet little puppy with a syringe in its mouth.
Sharing it on our YouTube channel right now. Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
So the materials include. I'm going to read you some of these things. A list of overdose symptoms to look out for in your dogs. So they say unresponsive, inactive, or unusual tiredness, blank stare, stumbling, blue gums. All of these until blue gums applied to me, but on the weekends. But the blue gums thing would definitely not be where I'm at. Pinpoint pupils. Again, I'm up late with kids. I mean, my kids are up. They're coming into the bath all the time saying, I got to go to the bathroom or needing whatever. Slowed or no breathing. That's very horrible and sad. The document also advises specifically what types of needles are safe for dogs and explains that opioid overdoses stop breathing, not the heart. And so they then also offer step-by-step diagrammed instructions on how to give mouth-to-mouth to your sweet little pup.
Yeah.
Now, I assume that they're talking about dogs who find pieces of leftover wrappers or things that might have some substance on them.
Yeah,
These are not dogs who are turning over to a life of drug addiction. No. These are not dogs who are depressed.
No, these are messages to irresponsible pet owners or just pet owners.
Not irresponsible pet owners.
Well, if someone is using drugs and they have a pet.
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's an irresponsible pet owner.
Gotcha.
Or it could be just innocent pet owners who the pets come across these
in a park,
right? In a park, on a sidewalk, in an encampment,
yes.
Because it's being distributed to mostly homeless folks with pets, but also citizens with pets who use our city dog parks.
Yeah,
and the fact that we have refuge of drug use rampant in the city on our sidewalks and our parks and our dog parks is reprehensible.
Isn't it a sad state that this pamphlet even has to exist?
It is. It's heartbreaking that this is a necessary pamphlet, but it is. It's very. I hope it's helpful, and it's a shame that it's necessary.
I'm reading right now to my kids. I think the author is it Beverly McCleary? Is that not right? Beverly Cleary?
What's Beverly Cleary? Oh, that sounds familiar. What's
Beverly Cleary? She wrote like Ramona and Beezus, and right now she's got like 9 books or something. Can you look that up? Yeah. Laura, who's the author?
Yeah, it's Beverly Cleary.
Beverly Cleary.
For the Ramona books. Yeah.
Phenomenal. Great author. Really nice stories for kids to fall asleep to. They're all like set in seems like they're in the 1950s, 60s-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
We're reading Henry and Ribsy right now. And right now, the big storyline is that Henry really wanted to go fishing with his dad. And he had to be good boy all week, and he had to make sure that he was taking the trash out on time, and he had to do all these different things. What a sad, depressing story if he has to worry about his old pal Ribsy, the dog he got and found and saved and rescued, getting fentanyl in his little nostril.
Coming across the little aluminum foil on the trail there.
Coming across some aluminum foil.
What you got in your mouth there, oh boy?
What do you got in their mouth, Ribs?
Yeah.
Here, let me give you let me find that flyer and give you CPR, Ribs.
A little shot of Narcan.
Isn't that just sad that that's what the city has devolved into? I mean, that's a snapshot of like failure. Hugely.
It is. And, but when we talked about this, you showed me this story earlier, it's heartbreaking. Is this what we both share, that I think, a like mind, that the tolerance of this administration. I know that the new mayor has made homelessness a priority of her administration. That was in part of her State of the City address. One of the first things she spoke of.
She wants to increase housing.
Yeah. But the fact that people aren't the drug addiction issues isn't as paramount a problem.
Or mental health issues.
Or mental health issues aren't as much a problem. When you have that type of, I don't want to call it relaxed attitude toward addiction, but you don't prioritize addiction as highly as I think you should. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
As I think you should.
I agree with you.
These are the side effects of these policies, and maybe this little pup is what could win the mayor's winner over.
This sweet little doggy. Can we show that dog again with the needle in its mouth?
Maybe the mayor doesn't realize just how much how much these policies are affecting every citizen in the city, whether they're housed or unhoused. And whether they have 2 feet or 4 paws.
I would hope that something like this image, this very sad little pathetic image of a dog.
Well, maybe the mayor doesn't even know that this is an issue for pet owners.
She must. Although I don't know. I don't want to give her too much credit.
She has said that she's going to surround herself with smart people and listen to their advice.
Yeah, but none of their advice is that you need to get people who are addicted to drugs.
I said smart people.
into help.
Smart. Let's bring some smart people in. I said.
Oh, well, that would be something.
I know.
I don't know the people she's hiring.
I know. We're making jokes.
We're making jokes
about this because
it's
so
you don't cry.
It's a heartbreaking story.
It is a heartbreaking story.
That pet owners, whether they're housed or unhoused, have to worry about their pets, overdosing on drug scraps.
Or just.
You know how dogs love scraps.
Any
they get into
normal
anything.
person who's
Right.
walking around with the
Your
dog.
kid
You
at
don't
the
want to
park.
be worried about your kid at the park. You can't send your kid out in the park with their dog anymore because you got to make sure you take the drug kit, Timmy.
You said to yourself, you were looking at a daycare. You shared a story that, first we're going to go walk the playground.
Yeah, we left that day.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was our last day at that daycare.
That's what our city's turned into.
Yeah,
Not turning.
And that was that's bad. Because you gotta protect your kids and you gotta protect your dogs. The best way would be if they just didn't allow people to do drugs in the parks. I would start there. I would not start with like printing up and handing out how to get your dog CPR because they've eaten discarded cooker or foil on the ground.
Yeah. Exactly.
I would just start arresting people for doing illegal drugs. Otherwise, call them legal, and then we can all stop whining about it. But if you call them illegal and then you allow people to do them, that it doesn't seem very legal to me. That's a problem. All right, should we move on from the dog story?
Yeah.
Do you want to move over? I think this is a good one. This is I think you and I are going to, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, actually. There's a story. You can read about it. It's on mynorthwest.com about there's a new bill being proposed that would take money out of the firefighter and law enforcement pension fund, and it would then transfer that money to other things.
The general fund, I think they're going to pull like $3 billion for the general fund, from what if I read the story correctly.
I think it's $4.5 billion, but it's in the neighborhood, and it's
there's a surplus in the firefighter police pension fund.
They're saying it's overfunded right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
people are getting pretty out spicy about this. This is Representative Sam Lowe from Lake Stevens, he's a Republican. He's very much against this, but I want to get your response to this in just a second, Spike.
These are retired firefighters. These are retired police officers who have worked so hard, and then when they see the hands of Olympia reaching in to take their retirement, they take it personal.
I assume you don't like this.
No, I love this. That's a very disingenuous reputation. What's happening here?
Okay,
they're not reaching in. They're not reaching to take the pensions.
Disingenuous. Make it genuous.
Okay, we're talking about the law enforcement officer fund, right? The LEOFF
1.
Yeah.
Plan 1.
Here's the drill.
Whatever it is. Yeah, Plan 1.
They funded this fully. This is because they ended this particular program.
Okay.
This is one, LEOFF 1. There's now LEOFF 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So people are no longer, there are maybe 6 active members left in this first fund, right? They service 6,000, I believe, retired firefighters and police officers. Okay. There are 6 that are still active, still paying into this fund.
Okay.
Everybody from 1970, I think is when it started, is in Fund 2. Here's the deal. They fully funded this retirement pension plan for these firefighters and law enforcement officers. It is funded at current rates up to 200% of its necessary money.
Okay.
They're going to take out $3.3 billion in surplus, leaving it 110% still funded.
Why does this story say $4.5 billion?
I'm not sure. I got a $3.3 billion in surplus funds from LEOFF 1.
We're right on the LEOFF 1. Let's call it 4. We'll meet in the middle. Let's call it 4.
Oh, so because as of 2025. I think it was 4,400 members, retirees, and 4 active members. I think it might be. I'm not sure if that's.
Whatever.
I saw a story that said. Here's the drill.
In principle, you're fine with it.
Here's the drill. Firefighters and law enforcement officers pay into a pension fund.
Yeah.
That's going to guarantee them a retirement pension.
Yes.
Okay. That fund is then held by the city and invested. Those investments have returned much larger. State have returned much larger returns than anticipated.
That's good.
So there's a surplus.
Okay.
Okay. None of these law enforcement or firefighters are going to be denied a single penny of their promised pensions. They're going to. It's fully.
Can I counter with one exception?
Sure.
Yet.
What do you mean yet? How do you mean yet?
Right now it's doing well. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to take $4.5 billion or 3.5 to 4.5, whatever the number. It doesn't matter. You're going to take billions out of it.
They're still leaving 100% funding in there.
It's not designed for that.
Sure it is. That's exactly what it's designed
not.
for.
When they set this thing up, it was not designed to pay for stuff in the CCA, which is where they're sending money, or the general fund, which is where they're sending money.
It was designed to fund the pensions of these firefighters.
I understand. So if you have a benefit, if you have extra money, wouldn't it be better, like you and I have 401ks, yes?
Yeah.
Some years they go up, some years they don't go up so much, maybe some years they even go down.
Sure.
So in the years that they go down, wouldn't it be better if you had a surplus in there so that when it's kind of not great, you're not having to scrap and save? Like if there are thousands of people who rely on payments.
These pensions aren't tied to a 401k as with the stock market. This is guaranteed money.
I understand
it's
what
there's never not going to be enough to pay these guys.
They're going to have to replace. If the money isn't there eventually, they will have to replace it, yes?
They know how many people are into this fund. 4,400 retired members, 4 current ones. They know how many people are in. There's not going to get any more.
Those people are all getting payments for the rest of life until they're dead, yes?
Yep, yes.
Okay. Wouldn't it be nice for those people to be guaranteed and to know and say, hey, you know what? Not only are we fully funded, we have a surplus, and that money that was directed towards us and our long-term well-being and the promise that was made to us is not going to go to CCA stuff.
What's the matter where it goes? It's the state's money.
It does matter where it goes because when they set it up, they didn't say, hey, you know what? Let's put money in this thing so someday we can pull out of it because of our budget deficit that we got ourselves into, and let's spend that money on Climate Commitment Act stuff that we don't feel is funded enough to the tune of almost $600 million.
It's not going to be shorted. This fund.
Not yet.
No, there's no way. The money's in there. It's guaranteed. It's not riding the stock market.
They want to take $4.5 billion out,
and they're leaving 110% funding still there. 110%.
Okay. But it was at 200%.
And they're still only going to spend 100% on the retirees.
What I'm saying is, in principle,
I understand. I got where you're at.
If you, let's say that they have this is also a great suggestion. They should do this.
Sure.
Radio hosts should have a pension fund through the state.
Okay.
And they should fund it to the tune of $2 billion.
Sure. Okay.
Now, there's a bunch of us, and obviously we deserve to live lavish lifestyles in retirement.
Absolutely.
So I would like that to be funded as much as possible.
Sure.
Let's say that you have a government who comes in and says, hey, you know what? We haven't spent our money correctly. We're going to take half of the money in your fund, and we're going to use it for something that I like that you don't like. For this example, because the opposite is happening right now.
Okay.
Something that I like that you don't like. Are you going to be okay with that?
Am I still getting every penny promised me?
You don't know.
Sure you do. Yes, you do. You do know.
You don't know.
It's 110% funded. It's not being played with. It's not in the market.
Doesn't this change the nature of what they're doing, though? Because if they open the door for this, what's to stop them from taking more in the future? If it's such a generous piggy bank, why don't you just go back to it time and time and time again? And not only this pension, what about all the other pensions that they have access to? Why can't they go to those pensions as well? Or is that maybe bad in principle to start down that road? And instead, wouldn't it be better if they were just fiscally responsible with the money they already have?
But that's sure it'd be better if they're fiscally responsible.
Well,
let's imagine
that's all we're both saying. Then.
Let's imagine they weren't in a budget deficit.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean,
then they wouldn't need the money.
Okay, so if you've got a fund that needs $4 billion to pay its retirees out.
Sure.
But you've invested wisely, and that fund is now worth $4 million, not the $1 million that you need.
Okay.
That was promised. That other extra $3 million, what are you supposed to do with that? Leave it sit?
Yes.
Why?
To make sure that you're absolutely funded for the future. It has grown disproportionately in a positive.
Yeah.
Is it possible that it could also go down?
No.
It's not possible that they would never have enough money.
No. That's what 110% funded means. It's not possible because they're not playing with this money. It's
They're
already
playing
done.
with it. They're saying we want to take $4.5 billion of it. Is that not playing with it?
Let me give. Sure, I guess you could say it's playing with it. It's not the firefighters' money. It's not the one.
Yes, it is. They sign up for the job, and they're built into a pension, and the pension will be paid out to them over time. Unless I'm misunderstanding how pensions work.
No, you've got how pensions work. Of the $4 billion, $1 is necessary to pay out what they've been promised.
Okay.
That's not going to be messed with. That's not going to be invested. That's theirs forever. It's guaranteed. Okay.
Yeah, finish, please.
So now you've got the $1 billion promised to the firefighters and law enforcement officers.
Okay.
It's now the fund is worth $4, so the state's got $3 extra because of how they manage the money. They're not going to mess with the one that's still left over for law enforcement and firefighters. That's guaranteed. They've got this extra $3 billion.
Does it not raise any red flags with you at all that they would say to this pension, like clearly the state doesn't spend money well? We've been discussing that for months now. They're very bad at spending money.
Okay.
So you have this one fund built around firefighters and law enforcement to make sure that they're
promises made,
taken care of and respected throughout their life as they should be, as they have earned. They put their lives on the line.
Yeah.
don't you think it's kind of icky that they're going to go in and they're going to take billions of those dollars and they're going to just toss it out to things like CCA funding that they want covered more of, or general fund stuff that they don't even know where that money is going to go? That wasn't the intention for it in the first place. It's not a piggy bank to be accessed anytime. They're having to introduce a new law to do this now. It wasn't built for that purpose. That's the problem I have with it. I understand what you're saying, that it's fully funded.
It's fully
Great.
funded. Well, those guys don't deserve more money than was promised to them in their pensions.
Well, I certainly don't think they deserve less, and I believe what you're saying, that they're not going to get less.
Right.
But they also, this fund was not made for them to just say, hey, you know what? We're just going to claw at this anytime that we want.
What do you do with the extra money?
I don't know what you do with the extra money, but you don't spend it on whatever rainy day thing you need right now because you're bad with spending.
Well, what do you do with it? It's the state's money.
I would hold on to it and I would not spend it. I would hold on to it and I would not spend it. I would tighten my belt before I sent $600 million to CCA stuff, which I think is ridiculous.
Well, that's fine. I appreciate your opinions on it. That's fine.
It's not their money.
If they were going to spend it on stuff that you thought was worthwhile, would it be okay to take it out of that fund?
In principle, I would not want them to take any of the money. I would want that just to be totally funded and firefighters to never have to worry about it.
But I keep seeing this rhetoric that they're bilking the pension fund. They're stealing from the pension fund. They're not. They're redistributing the extra benefits of that pension fund. The pension fund is fully funded.
Because it's kind of wealthy?
Yeah.
Redistributing that wealth?
It's the state's money. I love this job. I get it.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. I'm going to play you a cut that's just going to make your day. You're just going to feel so good.
Is it about the billionaires tax?
It's got nothing to do with money.
No?
It's got to do with the sweetest kids you've ever heard in your life.
Oh,
I could make you feel good. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have three big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
If you're a Washington landlord, you've likely noticed things are changing. New rental laws, more rules, higher costs, and a lot less flexibility than before. John Curley here. Most landlords I talk to know some of their numbers, like rent, mortgage, maybe the property value. But the numbers that really matter, taxes, vacancies, repairs, your time, and what it actually costs to exit someday. Those are often overlooked. And if you sell without a tax plan, the tax hit can be a nasty surprise. That's why Madrona Financial and CPAs are hosting 2 free in-person workshops for landlords who want clarity. They'll show you how to evaluate the true performance of your rental, whether selling makes sense, and how to do it tax efficiently. No politics, no pressure, just real math and real explanations. It's live, in person, not a webinar. Tuesday the 17th at 3 p.m. at UW-Tacoma, and Wednesday the 18th at 3 p.m. at Bellevue College. Seats are limited. To reserve your spot, call 833-673-7373 or visit madronafinancial.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
The first few steps that I took in the morning were pretty painful.
This is Carlos.
I mean, I had been told by multiple orthopedic surgeons that there was no alternative for me.
That wasn't what he wanted to hear. You see, Carlos is an active guy.
I played basketball, and for 3 to 4 days after, my knees would just be so swollen. And now I can play basketball, and there is no swelling. There is no pain in the knees.
No swelling, no pain, because Carlos went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm just happy to be able to be out there. And then knowing that tomorrow I am not going to suffer for this.
What do you say to your friends and family who are in pain?
I say, I had horrible knee pain, and stem cells really worked for me. You might want to go to Dr. Wagner, just get a consultation before you have surgery.
Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Feeling cold? Your windows may be the issue. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors for 25% better energy efficiency and up to 30% energy bill savings. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. And we start today with the closing bell report as the Seattle Seahawks are now officially on the market. The Paul Allen estate says a formal sale process is underway. We get reaction from the business community. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
John Scholes, president and CEO of the Downtown Seattle Association, spoke with G and Ursula right after the announcement Wednesday morning.
With the too early passing of Paul Allen, we did know that this day was coming, even though we didn't want to face it. That was the directive in his will to sell his sports holdings. So I think we're all kind of going through the stages of grief here.
He hopes, like Allen was, the new owners are local. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Allen purchased the Seahawks back in '97. His trust requires that the team eventually be sold with proceeds going to charity. Where is the beef? It's what some butchers are asking as the national cattle herd is shrinking and leading to rising prices. KIRO 7 spoke with the owner of Double D Meats in Mount Lake Terrace.
We call all our suppliers, what's your price on this? What can we do? We love to find bargains and bring those in to help everybody out. But yeah, they're hard to find right now.
Cattle shortage is being driven by drought and higher production costs. Beef and veal are 15% more expensive than a year ago. Uber is making a big investment as it gears up for its future fleet of self-driving vehicles.
Uber says it's going to invest $100 million into a fast charging station network, initially targeting San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Dallas. The San Francisco-based company says it's planning to offer autonomous ride-share services in at least 10 cities by the end of this year as it looks to catch up to Waymo while Tesla tests its robotaxi. As part of the $100 million investment, Uber will develop fast charging hubs and open fast charging pit stops at other locations in major U.S. cities.
That's close today on Wall Street. A positive day. The Dow up 129, NASDAQ gained 175, S&P 500 up 38 points. And now to the real-time traffic desk. At 1:33, here's Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Let's start you in Bellevue, where we have a new collision. It's westbound 520, just prior to 405. It's blocking two right lanes. This is not affecting the off-ramp, so once you get past them, you can take the off-ramps of 405. In Tukwila, our crash eastbound 518 approaching I-5 is now on your right shoulder. No longer a blocking issue, but drivers are still slowing at the seam, and you're backed up to Highway 99. Here in Seattle, South 5 is now packed from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90, where we have a collision on your left shoulder. It's right next to the HOV lane. So if you're in that HOV lane, maybe even move over or certainly slow down. It's about a 20-minute trip between Linwood and Seattle right now. North 5 slows briefly at I-90, and then you're going to jam up just past Mercer across the Ship Canal. It's 15 minutes now to clear downtown Seattle. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Now to your forecast. We are looking at mostly cloudy skies right now and staying dry for the rest of the afternoon for the most parts, and temperatures in the mid-40s right now. 42 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. When Spike and I are not yelling or arguing about where tax money is being spent, we basically just agree on a lot of stuff, and we like to have fun and do stories that make you feel good. I mean, the goal of the show is obviously we want people to feel uplifted. By the end of the show, we want you to feel like your load has been lightened a little bit.
I like that, yeah.
Right?
It's been time well spent here, and you're happy you came.
Yes.
You're coming back tomorrow.
Yes. All right, so we're going to accomplish all of that in this one segment. In this one, so the rest of the day we can yell at each other. Sure. I saw this video earlier, and I actually found this yesterday, and I bookmarked it because I wanted to show this to my kids, because I wanted them to see. It's tough for little kids sometimes to put themselves in. I mean, these are all things that we have to teach. These don't come naturally to children usually. You have to teach them empathy and how to feel what other people are feeling.
Socialization is a very important part of growing up, you bet.
And I saw this video going around of this school in Florida. It's called No Limits Academy.
Okay.
And it's a religious school, and they specialize in teaching kids with like very complex physical disabilities.
Oh, okay.
And when you see the kids in the video, most of them are sitting in, permanently are in wheelchairs.
Okay.
They're all using those. A lot of them use those devices that they have to, they can select words to speak through.
Okay.
Things like that. And when you and they're all, elementary, age kids.
Okay.
Kids.
Middle school age.
Middle school age kids. And they start every day with a prayer. And we're going to play you this clip here. And the teacher and there's just a bunch of teachers in the room, just angels, these people. They're amongst all these kids, and they're starting the day with a prayer, and they're asking these kids, what do you want prayed for? And the kids are not asking for to be prayed for themselves. They could ask it if they wanted to.
Yeah.
On the website, it talks about how they invite the students to pray for things that they might need, healing, for different things. And most of the kids want to pray for other people. It's the sweetest thing in the world. And they're asking for prayers for their family, all these different things, the educators. I'm going to play this clip. I'll tell you a little bit more about this in just a second, my kid's response to this. But here's a little bit of that. This is a morning prayer.
Does anybody have any praises or prayers this wonderful day? Hey, anybody else?
Please pray for sickness. Please pray for my family.
Pray for your family. Okay. Sickness.
Pray for my family.
Okay, we'll pray for your family, Don.
Please pray for my family.
Okay, let's go to God. Dear God, we thank you so much for everything that you're doing in our lives. We thank you for the breath in our lungs and the fact that we're able to be here. We thank you for the transport services and our family and friends that have helped us get here to school today. We ask that you are with us in showing up for you and making the right choices with our attitude and our energy, that we're staying engaged in our academics.
Please pray for my family.
We thank you for the teachers assistants, the therapists. We thank you for admin and what they do to keep us focused. We love you, and we ask that you help us have the best possible attitude and reflect you and your light and your love in everything that we do. No, we're not there yet. Sorry, God, please excuse him. He's very excited. We love that too. We pray for the academy. We pray for the therapy side. We pray for the method. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
And they all get excited, scream no limits. I'll tell you what, we had a very long, we had a 3-day weekend in the house, but you get so mired down in all of the stuff in your tiny little world that you think are problems. A couple of my kids, it ended up being 3 of them, had some form of something over the weekend. So we were all kind of like hunkering down.
Like dealing with a bug?
Some sort of a bug. I don't know. Kids, they're always dealing with some bug. And they're getting a little whiny, a little complainy, and I see this video, and it was yesterday morning, and the house is kind of chaotic, and the kids are all running in different directions, and they're not being super generous with their siblings.
Okay.
And I pulled them all around, and in a rare moment of good parenting, I was like, hey, guys, you know what? Let's all slow down for a second. I want to show you a video that I saw. I almost never show them videos that I see when I'm doing show prep. I mean, I do that hours before they get up anyway, so they never see me doing work on this type of stuff. But I saved the video because I wanted to show them, because I wanted them to see the different experience that kids their age are having. And they all stopped and just watched silently. And they're just, it's not like they've never seen somebody in a wheelchair before.
Right.
But until you put 2 and 2 together and you see how somebody who's still having a difficult time, like at this No Limits Academy, these 6-year-olds who are having to use devices to speak through.
Most of the audio you heard was the voice. Yeah.
I think they're called AAC devices. I looked this up. Yeah, they're called, what are they called here? Dynavox AAC devices.
Okay.
That really very quickly gives you some context on what is hard in life.
Yeah.
And my kids who are complaining about very silly little things.
Yeah. Perspective is a wonderful gift, isn't it?
And it just instantly, it just lifts your day. And the attitude of these kids, which is amazing, and what a blessing it was to see it, it came through the screen.
The little faces smiling.
The little faces.
The
and
love
it
and joy.
transferred to my family.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I just want to share that with you guys, because it's really easy to get bogged down in those things and not remember how good we all have it. There are people out there with real problems.
No, I hear you, brother. I hear you. I've mentioned before on the show, I was blessed in my life to be able to go and see different places in the world, with World Vision.
Mm-hmm. Great organization.
And I got to go to, Senegal and Zambia and Bangladesh and the Amazon River and Dominican Republic and see people with real problems, but with real joy in their lives, even despite their place in the world, in the hierarchy of humanity. I'm not sure if that's the right way to phrase that, but because they realize what's really important is the people in their lives, the opportunity in their lives, the fact that they are blessed to have breath in their lungs, like the teacher was saying in this thing. And these kids in this video, I watched this video with you, and it's moving, and it's a wonderful gift of perspective that people can see. Look, there are folks in this world who have real challenges every day of their lives, whether it's mobility or it's speech or it's economic or whatever it might be. But they also realize how much, with a sense of perspective, how much other people in the world have it far, far, far worse.
100%.
And it's not about, who's got, at least I'm not that guy. It's not that. It's appreciation of what they have. These kids have. They have people who care about them, love them, an opportunity for these kids to better themselves and learn about the world around them and learn how to become more productive members of the society that we live in and how important people are.
The attitude thing there that they were emphasizing too. I mean, you can really, that was something that my grandpa that was his whole thing in life, was a top attitude. And then our whole family has adopted that as our family motto.
Wonderful gift.
Yeah.
It is.
You can literally decide how you're going to have a life based on your reaction to things. You just can't control what happens in life sometimes.
That's the old axiom.
But you can control how you respond to it.
I can't control my surroundings, but how I react to them, I can control. I do have governance over that.
It's like a superpower that you can give to people if you can just convince them, like, hey, you know what? If you have a top attitude, and like I said to my kids, if these kids can be excited and happy about the day and can have enough in their cup that they're so overflowing with joy and gratitude that they're taking those opportunities to pray for other people, then my kids certainly can too. And just want to share with you guys.
I appreciate you bringing that in.
Yeah. No Limits Academy. Very cool. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We will be right back.
Man, can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world! You hear me?
Me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Valentine Roofing. It's February, and that's Valentine's Day. And February is Valentine Roofing Month. And if you love Valentine Roofing as much as I do, this is the month it benefits you to shout it from the rooftops. Listen to this. Valentine Roofing is expanding their customer referral program for the month of February, which means when you refer friends or family for a new roof or siding, you're going to earn your choice of a free maintenance service or a $250 gift card. And you know you can be confident when you refer your loved ones because every Valentine Roofing customer receives the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, extra mile service, and with flexible financing options available and payments as low as $159 a month and zero down, a Valentine roof is built around your budget. Since 2008, Valentine Roofing has been trusted across the Puget Sound by thousands of homeowners. My home is protected by Valentine. They keep me off the roof, which keeps my wife and kids extremely grateful. I trust them to help you too. So talk to your friends and family. Tell them to call 206 Roofing today. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years. And here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So, hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Well, the wet, chilly weather has certainly arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and if your attic and crawl space are well insulated, your home should be fine. Should feel cozy and warm without your furnace having to work overtime. But you'd be surprised to learn how many homes in Western Washington lack insulation in these spaces. It's why you call Crawl Pros. If you're feeling cold drafts or seeing that heating bill spike, now's a great time to learn if you got anything going on behind that crawl space or attic by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come out to your house just like they did to mine, do the corner-to-corner inspection. In my case, they found the problem, showed me the pictures, and then they got it all fixed. Now, if they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates that are available to help you get the work done correctly. Like if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost of the insulation job. If you're worried anything is going on in your crawl space or attic, including critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, anything, call Crawl Pros and schedule your free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing, a chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax, because you bundled your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. TurboTax helps you get your biggest refund, and then Credit Karma helps you do more with it. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
All right, welcome back to the show. We had a really good feel good segment last segment, Spike. So we thought we'd do something to depress everyone this one.
Bring the mood back down.
We got to bring the mood back down.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
we don't want to give because you don't feel the highs unless you feel the lows.
There you go.
Right?
Perspective.
Perspective.
That's what we're talking about.
All right, so this is.
What do you got?
Listen to this. The U.S. housing market right now is the most unaffordable in history.
All right.
Yay. Here's what I think is going to happen, though. It will be interesting to see what happens. I do feel like there is going to be a housing market correction in the sometime in the near future.
Okay.
Right now, the average price of a home in Seattle, if you go out and you want to buy your first house in Seattle right now, which is, I don't know a ton of people who can afford that. But
I got a kid at home. Well, not at home, in an apartment.
The average home right now in Seattle is selling for $837,000. The average house in Seattle. That was not the case back in, we had this stat during the Super Bowl because they did like a look back at the last time that the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's right.
How much things have changed.
Yeah.
The average price of a home in Seattle back in 2012, I think was $450,000. If my memory serves, I could be wrong about that. Listen to this number. The average, because of current interest rates, the average mortgage right now on a $400,000 home is, which is again half of what a house sells for in Seattle. So wherever you can get a $400,000 house, good luck, is $3,000 a month on a $400,000 home. Wow. Do you know what it was just in 2021?
2,400?
1,500.
Wow, it's doubled.
It's doubled
because of the increase in interest.
Because of the increase in interest.
Well, the
rates.
interest rate's almost doubled, right? It was you could get in the 2.9s.
It has
at that
doubled.
Point, right?
I think the lowest that I heard it getting down to was. I know somebody with a 2.7, I think.
Sweet.
Very sweet. Here's another stat that I think I'd be interested in your take on. Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Okay, so married and own a home by 30 in the United States. In 1960, married and own a home by 30 in the United States. In 1960, would this be more fun if you took guesses?
Sure.
At percentages? All right. What percentage of people married and own a home?
65%.
You're close, 52%.
Okay.
In 1970...
Married by 30?
By 30 and married and own a home. So if you're married and have a house.
Okay, so in 1960 it was 52%?
Yep.
70 it was 40%.
You're close. 48%. Very close.
40, not really.
1980, 10 more years.
Okay.
That number drops to 45%, which is not much of a change,
it's really
actually,
not.
in 10 years.
52 to 48 to
These
45.
are all 3-4% changes.
Yeah, not a drastic drop.
1990, 43. Again, that's still a very favorable rate.
Yeah.
2000. It drops by almost 10%. So something happens between 1990 and 2000 where you have a 9% change or 8% change from 43 to 35%. 2010, that number drops by 10 to 25%. In 2025, that number is now 12%. Just 12% of married 30-year-old couples own a home in the United States.
Well,
what do you think that's about?
Well, I think there's a couple factors at play here. If you raise that number to 40 married and owning a home, you make it a different number because I don't think people don't get married as early as they used to.
That's absolutely probably true. Let me find. I'll look at that while you talk.
I guarantee you the bulk of this number is based upon the price of housing and the cost of money. It's the interest rate increases. It's the cost of housing in general.
100%. It's cost of housing. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, but again, kids ain't getting married and buy a home by 30. At least not as many as they used to.
All right. So as of 2022. The percentage of 40-year-olds who own their own home, if you're married in the United States, is between 62 and 69%.
So that's a big, 10 years, right?
That's a big difference.
30 to 40 years, yeah. So,
and you think about when you're in your 30s, you're just coming off of, you're probably still paying down college loans. You're probably still living, you're comfortably saying to yourself, like, I don't mind renting for a while, but you do reach a breaking point where you go like, man, I'm paying somebody else's mortgage.
Yeah, 30's when it should be.
And then you kick in, and I think the average age of new home ownership, like first-time home purchase, I think is around 36 or 37. So those numbers add up.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, so
Sounds
those
about
make
right.
sense to me.
Yeah, people, by the time you get to 40, you're in your career. You're not just in a job. You're probably in a career.
Correct.
Right? And if you're married, you're probably married a couple, 3-4 years, maybe.
I would
You've been
assume
able to nest something away. You
squirrel
got
some money
two
away.
incomes.
Yeah, you might have 2 incomes.
Yeah, probably a couple dogs. I'm talking about nobody. I have nobody I walked down the aisle last year. But I can see where a young couple like this would be facing the challenges of the modern economy.
Do you think it would be great, though, if we could go back to, do you remember back in the 1950s? Have you ever seen those old magazine ads for the Sears and Roebuck?
Sure.
Houses you could order to be assembled on site. Mm-hmm. You could build them, and they're some of the cutest little houses you've ever seen.
The cutest. Right out of It's Wonderful Life.
I know.
I used to hunt rabbits there, right there. Myself.
This young man's going to be working with George Bailey.
$14K those houses went for.
I know.
In the Sears Roebuck catalog, the home kits.
Do you know what's pretty fun to do? Have you ever been on Amazon Prime and looked at their home kits?
No.
You have not?
No.
You can go on Amazon Prime. Look it up right now. It's just a fun thing to do.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
You got a little piece of land, right? I mean, you could put a little...
I do have a little piece of land, yeah.
Things okay with you and the missus? You looking at your own home kits to put in the backyard?
We have been looking at a home kit.
For you? Is the couch getting uncomfortable?
The couch is getting very lumpy, and I've ruined a perfectly good couch. No, we're always
I hear you.
My wife just loves real estate, so she's always looking at this stuff.
That's so cool.
And she showed me. You can go to Amazon Prime right now.
So you can buy a little house, like a micro house. What do they call those?
Well, I don't know if they're called micro homes. I don't know what this technical term for them is, but
it's not the stuff that you set up for those experiencing homelessness. It's a bed and
no. It's not like a.
It's like a little mother-in-law, right?
Totally. It's like an ADU.
Okay, ADU.
Like an ADU. Absolutely.
Right.
And they are beautiful. Like really very cool, actually.
So 60, 50, 70?
There's all different prices. You can get them for like $20,000.
How much do you like your mother-in-law?
How much do you, do you want her to have paper-thin walls, or do you want her to stay warm at night?
Steel. I'll drop a container out back.
Yeah.
Right?
But people used to do this all the time. Like you can go back and you can look. I have old magazines. I have like a collection of some old magazines that my parents have had for way back. And you go and you look at these old ads on like how to build your own home from this ad, and they're very, very cool. And like when I was just getting out of college, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be fun to figure out how to get all these materials and redo one of these homes, like to the 1950 specifications.
Little craftsman, they call those, right?
Yeah. Anyway, it's
they don't
pretty
make
crazy.
Them like that anymore.
But the size of
cabinets,
the size of houses has gotten so big too. Like what we expect in a house is way different.
That's so true.
So it's
America.
A big piece of it.
That's so American.
Yeah.
If you've ever traveled overseas, you'll see how much less they do with and are happy with.
Tiny little places.
Yes.
They have a much bigger appetite for smaller spaces.
That's part of the environment where they live in too. We have wide open spaces here. We need to fill them.
I wonder if people would be willing to have smaller houses but like bigger yards. I would. I mean, like you have a smaller house but a bigger place outside. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
Thank you, Dr. Wagner. I have a really bad left hip. In fact, this other doctor's like, well, you're going to have to get a hip replacement. I was like, oh, my God. He goes, how old are you? I told him, well, you're going to have to wait a couple of years because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to both go to heaven together. I was like, well, in the meantime, well, try stretching, aspirin. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm in pain. I can't sleep. I could barely walk. I'd get off a plane and I'm like struggling to even make it down the ramp. I go to see Dr. Wagner. He explains to me how the stem cell procedure works. It's 90 minutes, and I'm telling you right now, I love it. So rather than surgery, make an appointment to see Dr. Wagner. It could be the game changer for you, like it's been for a whole bunch of other people as well. So whether it's your hip or your wrist or your shoulder, your knee, check out Dr. Mark Wagner. I'm telling you right now, stem cell procedure could be the answer for you, as it's been for me. You want to find out more? drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
that's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's Worry-Free Warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-Free Warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life.
For as long as you're an A-List member, you get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchies.
Worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchies worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
Download the KIRO Newsradio app, where you can watch us live or stream us live anywhere, anytime.
How would this initiative, whatever this initiative is, how would he fund it?
Stay connected everywhere. Download the KIRO Newsradio app. We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Heather Bosch. We now know the fate of most of the skiers missing in an avalanche in Northern California. Nevada County Sheriff Shannon Moon.
8 of the 9 additional skiers have been located deceased. We are still looking for one of the members at this time.
CBS's Matt Gutman says searchers found others alive.
They were able to rescue 6 people off that mountain in a pretty daring mission late Tuesday, bringing them down by ski and snowcat. 2 of the people were hurt. Both of them were hospitalized. One of them remains hospitalized, but is expected to be released.
The federal government is still partially shut down. Democrats saying they won't pass a funding passage until Homeland Security makes changes. CBS's Erica Brown.
Democrats remain firm in their demands for significant reforms to ICE and DHS oversight, including requiring federal agents to get judicial warrants before entering private property and remove masks during operations.
Being deposed by Congress, a man whose name appears more than 1,000 times in the Epstein files. Billionaire businessman Lex Wessner is credited with financially supporting Jeffrey Epstein early in his career. Congressman Robert Garcia maintains.
We know of approximately over $1 billion, it looks like. It's about $1 billion that was either transferred, provided in stocks, or given directly to Mr. Epstein by Wexner.
Wexner says he broke ties with Epstein when he found out about his crimes and now calls him a con man. On a campaign stop in Allen, Texas, Governor Greg Abbott touted his support for new laws that ensure only U.S. citizens can vote there.
To vote in a Texas election, you must have voter ID.
Abbott also says a new app will let voters know if and when their social media contacts have cast their ballots. Low water levels reveal a treasure in Stockholm.
Here's something you don't see every day. The wooden bones of a Swedish Navy shipwreck peeking out of the water in central Stockholm.
This is a warship.
Archaeologist Jim Hansen at the Museum of Wrecks says the ship is about 400 years old.
We found cannonballs, we found pottery inside the ship, we found ropes and so on.
Experts say the ship was deliberately sunk in the 1640s to help build a bridge. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Fresh off a Super Bowl win, the Seattle Seahawks are up for sale. The estate of the late team owner Paul Allen announcing that today. Allen said he wanted his sports holdings to eventually be sold to benefit philanthropy. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
Coming up, we'll have more on the Seahawks going up for sale after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. The Emerald Queen Casino has our update. Got a couple new blocking problems southbound on our Valley Freeway, first in Kent. Just past State Route 516, it's a disabled cement truck partially blocking that left toll lane. It's mostly on the shoulder, so you can squeeze by it, but it's cutting it close. You're best to just move over a lane if you're heading that way. And then down in Sumner, southbound 167 at the West Valley Highway overpass, a collision involving a dump truck is blocking that right lane, so that leaves one lane open. Looks like this dump truck might be teetering on the edge of that overpass, so we could see a closure of the West Valley Highway. Just a heads up. Right now, we're backed up bumper to bumper to Ellingson Road. South 5 in Seattle is bumper to bumper from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90, where we still have an accident scene on your left shoulder right next to the HOV lane. 25 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5 plan on 20 minutes to get through downtown with scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge. And South 405, you're heavy through Factoria. Get ready for a night of hard-hitting MMA excitement with the WFC 190 April 25th at the Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. They just won the Super Bowl. Now the Seahawks are up for sale. The estate of the late owner, Paul Allen, made it official today. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is talking to fans.
In the Stadium District, 12s are still celebrating a Super Bowl victory and looking for new Seahawks swag. Most have been anticipating the sale of the Seahawks since Paul Allen's death in 2018, but now it's real, and fans we spoke with support the sale and donating the funds to charity. Here's Seahawks fan L.T. Tenner.
The money's going to go to a good place, so him selling the team is only profitable for the world. And then the team's still going to be the team.
And that's the biggest concern for fans, that the team remains here in Seattle after the sale. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Some believe the Hawks could go for at least $7 billion. A utility bucket truck caught fire in the Queen Anne neighborhood this morning, leaving about 500 Seattle City Light customers without power. Jen Strange is with Seattle City Light. She says a contractor was replacing windows at an apartment building when they hit an overhead line.
Energy went through the truck into the ground, and there was believed to be some contact with another utility line.
That vehicle leaked fuel. The fire broke out. A nearby apartment building was evacuated as a precaution. The person in the bucket truck was rescued safely. There's a new arrival in the Salish Sea. Michael Weiss with the Center for Whale Research says they spotted the new southern resident orca calf on Monday in the Strait of Juan de Fuca.
This calf is very, very young. So this calf was documented at a very young age. And unfortunately, that means it's kind of a coin flip whether or not this calf will make it.
Weiss warns the first year of life is the most dangerous for the endangered species. At last count, there were just 74 southern resident killer whales. Now to your weather updates. A few showers here and there, but mainly dry this afternoon and mostly cloudy. Right now, 43 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Lots of stuff to chat about. Spike, let's jump right back into Seahawks conversations for a second. You had a very interesting idea earlier.
Thank you.
We were talking about the Seahawks. The big announcement today was, yes, the Seahawks are up for sale. Mm-hmm. Something they I don't say they denied it during the Super Bowl media week. I think they were trying to downplay the conversation.
I would share that assessment. I talked to a really good friend who I know and trust and respect, and he was kind of little put off, saying Jody Allen lied to us, lied right to us.
Yeah,
they don't respond to rumors. And here now, you know full well the team is for sale, and they knew the team was for sale. I don't know if I'd share that characterization of the experience we had during Super Bowl week.
I would tend to agree with you. I think their goal during Super Bowl week was let's not be distracted by anything, and clearly whoever leaked that story felt like they were trying to distract the Seahawks.
Right. Who would want to do that, Robert Kraft?
Who might want? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think probably that played into it, and also from a sales perspective, if you're heading into a Super Bowl and you're likely to win, which the Seahawks were and obviously did, there is no better time in the world to sell a franchise than right after you have won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You have locked down a solid quarterback that is a Super Bowl winning star that everybody loves. You can build a team around him.
Yep.
You're going to lose some talent. I don't think the Seahawks are going to be able to afford Kenneth Walker III.
He'll probably be priced out of their range.
He's going to go somewhere. I saw earlier that I think Ian Rappaport or whoever was saying like Seahawks are probably not going to use their franchise tag.
I saw that too. Won't use the tag.
They have a lot of other guys that obviously they're trying to.
They've got cap room. They've got a young roster that for the most part is locked down in all the key positions. Yeah, they've got a bright future ahead of them. It's a great time to sell.
That MVP, while it was nice for him, was not great for the Seahawks prospects of holding on to Kenneth Walker because he's a star and whatever. Good for him.
He was in the store window and the price is hot.
I love that guy and I think he's great and I
too.
wish him success. I hope that it's in Seattle. I mean, there's still a chance that he stays in Seattle, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Okay, so
he'd probably like to win another ring too.
You know what? That's a great question. There are guys, although those guys were already very well paid. There are guys like Tom Brady who later in his career, when he'd already had some success, did not take as much as he could have guaranteed himself.
Right.
Because he instead wanted that money to go towards building a stronger team around him, which would then get them back to the Super Bowl.
Spot on.
And you know what? He's doing fine. He makes plenty of money.
Yeah.
He's doing all right. Okay, so talking about the Seahawks, I posed you the question earlier. I said, well, how damaging or how positive could an owner be to a team? Like, I feel like we've already seen one end of that spectrum in Paul Allen.
We've seen both. Paul Allen bought the team from Ken Behring, who was a horrific owner, a terrible owner.
What was Ken Behring's background? Do you remember?
Real estate guy. I believe real estate guy in California.
Okay.
I know
Jerry Jones was an oil guy who wanted to be in the football game, and so he bought the Dallas Cowboys back in the late 80s.
I'm not sure what Ken Behring's, how he made his money.
Yeah.
But I know that he bought the team here as a vanity play. It was real estate. Thank you. Yeah, it was real estate. Okay. I talked about my experience in Baltimore. Grew up in Baltimore. As a Colt fan of a very storied franchise, successful franchise, and Robert Irsay, who made his money in HVAC, bought the Colts and torpedoed that franchise, ended up having to leave town. And Ken Behring tried to leave Seattle with the Seahawks.
And is it because what do you think makes an owner tank a team? Is it just because they want to be too involved in the football?
I think so. I think it's often the case. That's the case. It seems to be the case in Dallas with Jerry Jones, a brilliant businessman. But he's the only GM/owner in the NFL, and they have won a Super Bowl in 30 years.
Yeah.
So he's clearly not a great football mind, I don't think. He doesn't negotiate well. He doesn't let coaches be coaches. What makes a good owner is hiring smart people and letting them do their jobs. A lot of owners can't get out of their own way. The Bill Wells in Arizona, the guy that owns the Jets, Woody something or other. But yeah, I think Woody the Cowboy is the guy. That's why the Jets have failed miserably.
That's why the Jets' last 6 seasons have less wins than Sam Darnold the last 2.
Right, because the owner can't get out of their own way. These owners. So when you ask what's next for the Seahawks, I'm very worried because you could get an owner who doesn't understand how organizations are successful and what makes them successful.
Well, I don't think that's the case. I would say the thing that I would worry about would be an owner who wants to step in. Anybody who has so the price tag on the team is going to be what, at least $7 billion?
They're saying 6 to 8, somewhere in there. Yeah.
So the Commanders in 23 sold for 6 something. Right. The Seahawks who just won a Super Bowl.
Another terrible owner. Terrible owners won't invest in their resources,
and they threaten to move. And they
remember
want to
how bad the field was in D.C.
Yeah,
I mean the turf. The guy wouldn't put new grass in.
Sure,
he was so cheap.
I didn't know that.
That's RG3's knee destroyed because of the turf at the old RFK Stadium in D.C.
The thing is, when you think about the Seahawks, it's like if you're car shopping, buying a Mercedes. You're buying a very well put together great machine that's worth the price you're paying for it because you know it's got a great, it's got everything that you want. It's got all the bells and whistles. Beautiful facility,
great systems.
The city could not love the team anymore. It's not like it's not like the team is arguing with city leaders for a new stadium. Like you don't have any of those headaches.
Got a world-class facility.
Turnkey. It's ready to go. Yeah. So that's gonna, people are gonna pay a premium for that. And the type of a person who has that amount of money or who can get that amount of money together probably is a pretty good business person. And and the thing that I'm thinking about that though, like to your statement a second ago about them not knowing how to run these organizations. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to transfer to running a football team.
Correct.
So, like, they might be really good at making money.
Sure. Jerry Jones knows oil.
Giant business.
Doesn't know front offensive linemen.
But I imagine those, like, I would have a problem with this. If I ran a multi-billion-dollar company, and so much so that I had $7 billion laying around or could get $7 billion through loans or whatever to buy a team, I probably would think that I would know a lot of stuff. And then you step into an organization that just won a Super Bowl. It's like, what are you doing to add value there other than to just be the owner that's rooting them on? You might feel like, oh, I want to contribute in some meaningful way, so I'd like you to start doing this or that. But maybe that upsets the equation that's working right now in the team.
And you're not going to get the best football minds if they think they're not going to be given control over how the team is built and run.
Yeah.
If you got a great GM, Don Schneider's a great GM because Jody Allen has let him.
She's empowered him to do what he needs to do.
Yes, and if you get an owner come in and says, I get the final say as who the roster is, how the roster is built, how the facilities are used and maintained and invested in, how we invest in this team.
Sure.
And that great GM's gonna say, I don't have to work for you. I got a lot of options.
You watch. You remember Moneyball?
Sure.
So you have Brad Pitt's character in Moneyball, who's the
Billy
GM,
Bean.
Billy Bean. And it's a true story, obviously. And he was empowered by the guy who I think was a real estate developer who owned the A's. He's empowered to make that team into what he wants, even though it's kind of a crazy thing.
Right.
He says, hey, we're going to try things a new way. We're going to try to, change this because we don't have the money for all these different things. Seahawks don't really have any of those problems. They're not a team that has to fix any problems.
Nope.
Everything is working right now. Yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see who gets hired. But I posed a question to you earlier. I said, who do you think would be a dream ownership scenario?
You asked me, and I said, I like the ex-wives club.
Yeah.
I like
because we were saying, like, how can you focus on somebody local? Just like Paul Allen had a local connection.
Exactly.
He understood the value of that team here locally. And you said
Melinda Gates and Mackenzie Scott, the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, respectively.
Both got divorced. Both left with a ton of money.
Billions. Both of them. Either one of them could cut a check today.
What's Mackenzie Bezos worth? She's
worth
worth
$40 billion as of latest estimates.
Okay, $40 billion, and then Melinda's got to be worth similar.
Pretty close. Yeah, I would imagine pretty similar. Well, these ladies both got fat divorce settlements. I don't know if it's the right way to exit packages.
Yeah,
golden parachutes.
They got very nice exit packages.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're both philanthropic. They're smart. Mackenzie Scott has more money today than she had when she left Jeff Bezos, and she's one of the largest philanthropic.
Having billions
figures in the
tends
world.
to do that.
And because she's smart with how she uses her money.
You could also just sit on $40 billion and you're going to get a lot of money coming back at
you. Exactly. So anyway, I thought these two ladies would be an interesting, my favorite, my choice for an ownership group.
I, as a kind of as a joke, but also as to be a contrarian, I suggested that Bill and Jeff should team up because I think both of those guys, there is a version where both of them maybe want to ingratiate themselves with Seattleites.
Little reputation management, reputation
Bill Gates
repair.
has been in the news for some not so good things lately.
Sure, yeah.
Jeff Bezos obviously left Seattle and he moved to a more tax-friendly state, which some people hold against him. I don't, but some people do.
He's being painted as a villain by a lot of people, myself included. He kind of looks like a supervillain with the shaved head and the worked-out bod.
I will give you the looking like a Bond villain.
Right?
He also owns the Bond franchise now, which is probably not ironic
we'll see
by design. But
will he cast himself as a villain and Lauren Sanchez as a Bond girl?
I think there's a very good chance that in the future Bond movie she plays a Bond girl. I think there's a very good chance.
She should play a Bond girl's mom. Because there's a storyline I won't get into.
Zero chance.
There's a storyline I won't get into right now, but you know where I'm going with this,
yes, I do.
right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So I was saying that Bill and Jeff should team up and buy the team, and then it could be like a ex-wives versus ex-husbands battle
and
for
we
who gets the team.
Asked the audience to text him who they thought would be a better group of owners.
I'm imagining.
Jeff and Bill,
Who? Yeah,
Or Mac
Jeff
and
Bill,
Mel.
or Eminem. Laura, who's the overwhelming favorite for who should own
Do
the
we
new
have
team?
some kind of a
between
rough
the
estimate of
ex-wives
voting?
or husbands?
Oh, absolutely the ex-wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt.
Is it just because people don't like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos? They find them to be villainous characters?
Like you said, they've got some reputational issues right now. Yeah, I think it's probably a huge part of the factor.
Ex-husbands never look great in the divorces either.
They really don't.
They never.
It's rare.
It's rare. I mean, that tends to go.
Well, whose fault is that?
Well, it depends. It's in this case, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to say, but I would say that of those two, there's a clear side who looks like they're less.
You could count on one hand the number of cases where she looks worse than he does.
Yes. Yeah, when they're super public divorces like that.
Johnny Depp looks better than what's her bucket in that case, right?
That's the rare exception.
That's a rare exception.
That's a very rare
absolutely
exception.
Rare exception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's usually
he's a dog.
It's usually a guy who's being kind of a dumb.
Like Laura said, there's usually a reason that happens.
But
anyway,
but it sounds like
Seattle wants the ladies.
People want Eminem.
The ladies. Yeah.
Do you think they would be very involved as owners, or would they just kind of say like, "Hey,
you know what? I don't. Who knows?
We got lots of money. This is fun for us. We want the team to do well because we love the city."
Yeah,
but
interesting question. They're very involved in their philanthropic efforts, and that's the only barometer I have to judge this on, right?
But I don't want the Seahawks run as a charity.
No. But they,
I want them to crush everyone. I want them to annihilate the competition.
Then maybe we do need the guys.
So for
if
that
you want to
reason,
talk about annihilating the competition.
For that reason,
Bill
I would
Gates is your
recommend
man.
Bill Gates
Jeff Bezos is
Jeff
your man.
Bezos. Yes.
You're swinging me back to the middle here.
Because I don't want them saying like, "Oh, let's be nice, everyone."
Yeah.
Like,
You know what?
can't we all win?
Let him score.
Yeah, let them score a touchdown.
Come
No,
on.
annihilate
They'll feel
the
better
other
about
teams.
themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see with the audience. We'll do a final tally by the time we get to the text messages.
And the team issued, I guess the Allen family issued the statement today.
Sure.
So they have entered into sales talks. Yeah.
It's not-
sales process, I guess, how they worded it.
It's not clear if there's a specific person they're dealing with, or
If they've already got a buyer
we're
online.
casting a wide
They
net.
didn't put a sign out front of
Is
Lumen.
anybody interested?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
And they say
clearly.
it'll take the entirety of the 26 off season that they'll be working on this.
Okay, so it's not like it's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. Well, we don't know. 2 weeks ago, we were told we ain't for sale at the moment. I love
You're
that.
absolutely right.
At the moment, we're not for sale.
Speaking of Seahawks, this was interesting. This was during the Seahawks parade. Apparently, there was 30 unauthorized drones. But this is they're like mosquitoes everywhere
They are.
now.
You bet they are.
30 unauthorized drones flying over the celebration. King County Sheriff's Office stopped 8. Stopped 8 of these drones and contacted 7 of the pilots. And one of the pilots, so most of the pilots, this story was in My Northwest, you can read about it there. Most of the pilots who were contacted, according to the story, landed their drones after that warning.
Sorry.
Smart. That's what you should do. I also understand why somebody might pop a drone up to try to get
It's a footage, sure.
Yeah, I understand it. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that. It's not good. People get nervous about that kind of thing. You shouldn't do it. But one person decided to not comply.
And flew into the friendly confines of Lumen Field.
And then flew into
Right.
Lumen Field.
Yeah.
And so that person is now going to be charged. Like prosecutors are going after that person.
Right. We talked.
And are these federal charges as well? Or is this despite Federal Aviation Administration administrative
there'd be
restriction?
FAA guidelines. Yeah.
King County office is now seeking reckless endangerment charges with federal authorities. So in conjunction with federal authorities, they're pursuing criminal charges and fines against this person who flew a drone. Like if they ask you to stop flying a drone, you make people nervous. Just don't do it. Do you think it's because they're worried about safety, or they're worried about protecting copyright stuff?
No, it's clearly it's safety.
Not on a celebration day. Like what's copyright about that?
We had somebody, Casey McNerney, told us that they had 2 people were arrested, but at the time neither of them were charged.
Mm-hmm.
One was for unruly behavior within the crowd, and they used this guy kind of as an example. They literally perp walked him with handcuffs past a large group of people so they could see that the Seattle police were serious today about behaving yourself and acting with good intent towards your neighbors. But then they released the guy without charges. But the drone guy, so first off, they made clear initially that the guy wasn't nefarious.
Sure.
He didn't have some kind of explosive or
wasn't like a
contaminant.
terrorist or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just a guy trying to get great footage of the event. And at the time, charges weren't being pressed. But a week later, here we are, and this guy who flew his drone inside a confined area was told not to and
Continued
violated
to do
FAA,
so.
federal FAA
Allegedly.
guidelines.
Allegedly. I would just do somebody, if you're told, I cannot imagine a scenario where you're contacted by King County Sheriff's Office.
Well, 7 out of 8 drone operators said, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And this guy said, stop me.
Oh, my gosh, absolutely.
Apparently. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how it would happen. This guy was like, oh, yeah, watch this. You stop me. It's a drone. What are you going to do? Well, what you're going to do is maybe a $75,000 fine.
I hope
this
the
guy
pictures
could be
are
looking
good.
at. Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. We're going to take a quick break, but on the other side of the break, can I play you this audio? This is kind of remarkable to me. Your kids are too old for Pokemon trading cards.
No. My oldest I've still got a book up at home. I got a big book.
You might have
full
some
of
money
Pokemon trading
you
cards
might have some
at
money
home.
sitting in storage, my friend.
Yeah.
They are, especially original ones, like
yeah,
old ones.
These were 25 years ago.
Yep.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, about 25 years ago, the eldest was.
My brothers collected a bunch
Pokemon.
of these. I was just like a little too old for the Pokemon stuff, so I didn't collect them, but my brothers did. I think they're kicking themselves today because one card just sold. I'm going to tell you how much it sold for.
Okay.
And you're not going to believe it. And
a single Pokemon
card? A single
card?
Pokemon card.
Okay.
And it set a world record.
For Pokemon?
For all cards ever sold. For Pokemon. Yeah, I'll tell you about it when we come back.
Mickey
It's pretty crazy.
Manazor? What was it?
So you go get your book
Yes.
over the break.
No, it's at
and then
home.
we'll do a value on these cards and we'll auction them off.
I keep it
Make
in
you
a
a
vault
ton of
next to
money.
my Beanie Babies. I'm sure there were tons.
You have Beanie Babies? No, just kidding. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
12s, you sure know how to turn up.
Parade day is finally here.
Yeah, 12s! We talk about 12 as one. Look at all the 12s in this stadium right here. See how powerful this is?
We have one goal, and that was to bring this home to the best fans in the world. This is for y'all. Love.
The celebration continues. I love this city! On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
I was ordering food for the office from the same few places for too long.
For workplaces suffering with office food fatigue, every day's a struggle.
Before starting Easy Cater, I assumed having no good vegan options for Carl in finance was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat OFF with a huge variety of favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Used daily, one platform lets you save time and shine. Ask your app store about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
what do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
What a good move I made. Let me tell you a quick story. I've done a whole bunch of races and a bunch of other stuff like that, and my left hip started bothering me about 5 years ago. And I go to the doctor, and he's like, you need a hip replacement. I was like, I'm 60. Yeah, we're going to ask you to wait a little while because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to go into the grave at the same time. I said, what do you do about all this pain? Well, you could, aspirin, and you could continue to do this and that and, sleep with a pillow between your legs. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Then I was talking to Bob Stelton over there at the sports department. So he went to Dr. Mark Wagner, and I think he had his hip done as well. So I go in there. I said to Dr. Wagner, can you fix my hip? Takes a look at the MRI. Yes. So I got the stem cell procedure. I'm telling you something. This is the best. If you've been thinking about, surgery for your knee, your wrist, your shoulder, or hip, no. Check out Dr. Mark Wagner and go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
It's home show season. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off, plus 12 months same as cash financing. Visit them at the home shows or lakewashingtonwindows.com.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Let the bidding begin for the Seattle Seahawks. The estate of Paul Allen announced it is selling the franchise as directed by the late owner. Reaction from Michael Bumpus on 710 Seattle Sports.
As long as John is still there, as long as McDonald is still there, the football people doing football things, just let's sell it to someone who's invested in this city, who's invested in this team, and keep the party rolling.
The news of the sale did not come as a surprise to the head of the Downtown Seattle Association.
Association president and CEO John Scholes tells G and Ursula Paul Allen was a great owner, and he was local, and he hopes the new owner is also from around here.
Seems to me we got to keep and retain as many filthy rich Seattleites and Washingtonians in this state and city that we can.
He says we've known this day's been coming since Allen died in 2018, but it's just something we haven't wanted to face. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
The mother of Susan Cox Powell has died. She spent her final years fighting for answers after her daughter vanished in 2009. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
Denise Ernest tells me her mother, Judy Cox, passed away early Wednesday morning. Her mom's last words, that she would see Susan and her 2 boys in heaven.
She said that she couldn't wait to see Susan and the boys, and then she informed my daughter she's going to be watching over them as well and all her grandkids.
Susan's 2000 2009 disappearance sparked national headlines. Her husband, Josh Powell, claimed he had taken their young sons on a midnight winter camping trip in freezing temperatures. The night before, she failed to show up for a new job. He later killed himself and the boys. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Heads up for ferry riders. You will pay a bit more starting March 1st if you use credit or debit. Washington State Ferries is adding a 3% fee to cover the cost of processing card payments. Hillary Badger is the ferry's director of finance.
The purpose is really just to get back those costs, not to generate any additional revenue. This is purely a cost recovery.
Badger says the new fee is expected to bring in nearly $7.5 million over the next 2 years. Now to the real-time traffic desk, we check in with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, Home Comfort Alliance has our update. We've got a stall on the Ship Canal Bridge blocking your right lane in the northbound direction. It is hooked up to a tow, so it should be cleared at any moment. In the meantime, though, we've got one lane open at the scene, and your bumper-to-bumper backup starts at Mercer. This is why we have those express lanes open 24/7, northbound only during Revive I-5 to allow traffic flow to continue through downtown. Otherwise, that main line would be a complete standstill at the West Seattle Bridge at this point if we didn't have those open. Ironically, we do have a thick backup at the West Seattle Bridge right now in the downtown. It's about a half hour to commute through downtown. South 5 is packed at 520 to I-90. It's less than 20 minutes between Linwood and Seattle. And we still got this crash in Sumner, southbound 167 at that West Valley Highway overpass. It's blocking the right lane. That leaves one lane open at the scene. And we've got a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at State Route 18. For nearly 50 years, 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, and right now, save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Call the comfort people, homecomfortalliance.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Now to your forecasts. We do have a few showers here and there, but mostly dry for many of us, and chilly conditions as well. Highs in the mid-40s today. Right now, 43 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Aaron, you want to stick around for this one? It's kind of a fun topic.
I don't know. Do I?
It's right up your alley.
Okay.
You'll love it.
All right.
I can tell you'll love it. Were you a card collector when you were a kid? Baseball card?
Not really.
All right, thanks for stopping by. Okay. Spike. Did you collect baseball cards when you were growing up?
Never. Just put them in the spokes.
Are you joking me?
No. I was never a baseball card collector.
Do you guys not live in America? Were you not a young boy in America with dreaming about with big league dreams? Why weren't you collecting baseball cards?
Because every time I got one of those little cards, it was like some no-name bench warmer.
Yeah.
Listen, the world is built on those bench warmers.
Okay.
Those are all the cards that I had growing up.
Sure,
And
that guy has got some crude written on the. I have one card. I have one card. Billy Ripken.
Okay.
Remember the
Cal's brother?
Cal's little brother Billy played for the Orioles, and one year
was it a favor to Cal?
Cal Sr. was the manager.
Okay.
May have had something to do with it.
May have had something.
In fact, I still have the Sports Illustrated with Cal Jr., Cal Sr., and Billy on the cover of Sports Illustrated, the Ripken boys.
That is got to be every night I would cry if I was managing a baseball team and my two sons played on the team.
Right. Yeah.
Every night I would be in tears of joy.
Now imagine,
and my wife would
imagine Cal
give me
Sr.,
help.
right? Lifetime Oriole guy, worked his way through the minor leagues, managing, was a first base coach for the M's for a while, took over the head coaching job for the Mariners, and then he opens a pack of bubblegum. Who was it? Fleer? Who used to make the bubblegum cards?
Oh, the
right?
bubblegum cards.
Tops.
Yeah.
Opens a pack of Tops bubblegum baseball cards in there. Sees a picture of his boy Billy on his Major League Baseball card.
Oh my gosh!
And on the butt of the bat, the knob of the bat, in Billy's hands, is a profanity that one of his teammates had written on the handle of
when he was taking his picture for his card.
And they didn't catch it in the photo shoot. They didn't catch it in the print. And there was a profanity written on the.
Can you give us a hint of what this profanity was?
Not and keep this job.
Okay, well, a hint.
It was.
It was profane.
It was very profane.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I'm looking at the picture right now.
Right.
That is very funny.
Right.
And they printed that.
That made it. That's worth a lot of money.
Wow. Not because of his great skills, but because, what a...
No, Billy was 1 or 2 years in the bigs.
That is... Are you seeing what they printed on that, Aaron?
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. Oh, yes, I do see it.
Okay, so that
you
was...
Want me to say this?
No, you can't.
We're not friends.
Okay, so that was a Fleer. That was a Fleer Billy Ripken card.
Yeah, they call it the double F error card.
That 1989 card, that was 1989. That same year was Ken Griffey Jr.'s rookie card.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, that rookie card, I assumed when I was a child, would someday be worth the most of any card could possibly be worth.
Sure, he's Cal. He's the kid. Yeah.
There is a book, came out in 1995. I'm actually going to read this. I was just reading a little bit about this, but it's called Card Sharks. Apparently, it was kind of a controversial book at the time. And the name of the book is Card Sharks, How Upper Deck Turned a Child's Hobby into a High-Stakes billion-dollar business. And one of the allegations against Upper Deck was that they would reprint cards that people thought were valuable past the time when they were supposed to be printing these cards.
Okay.
So you take a card that maybe initially is only supposed to have 1 million prints, and you out the back door. Now, I'm not saying this happened. These are allegations. But out the back door, past the original print date, they're selling cards that are, like you add an extra 1 million. Is it really going to hurt the value of those cards over a long enough period of time? I don't know. But I had a bunch of cards I assumed would be super valuable.
Right.
Didn't really pan out that way with baseball cards. Kind of like Beanie Babies, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I got a whole batch at home.
But this is a card that is valuable. Aaron, are you you're not a baseball card collector, but do you collect Pokemon cards?
No.
Okay. Well, you wish you would after this. This is you guys know who Logan Paul is?
Yeah.
He's like a influencer guy. He's got a big YouTube following and
He's the boxer,
social media.
isn't he?
That's Jake Paul.
Oh.
Well,
right?
I think they both do fights.
Are they brothers?
Actually,
I don't
they're
know.
brothers.
Okay.
Logan's the older brother.
They're
I
kind of
believe.
annoying, if what I understand.
That's what I know about
They're
them.
both very blonde, and they both make way more money than we do, and they can buy.
That's why I hate them. Now I know. Okay.
So Logan Paul purchased a while back. He purchased a Pikachu Illustrator card, the legendary Pikachu Illustrator card, and this is him selling it at auction recently. Listen to this. Oh, my audio. Here we go. This is him selling it at auction.
Logan Paul.
Logan, you get it.
Ken Golden.
Yes.
Tonight you sold
This is Guinness World Records.
the PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator card for $16,492,000.
16.5.
On behalf of Guinness World Records, I can now confirm you have achieved a new record title for not only for the most expensive Pokemon card ever sold at auction, but also the overall record for the most expensive trading card ever sold at auction.
Oh my God, bro.
Congratulations. You are officially amazing.
I believe it's because it's so limited in its print. I mean, this would be a card that's, like a one-of-one situation.
Okay, it turns into something. Does
And
it
then
turn into another card, and that's how Pokemon work, right?
I think, and then you catch something. I don't know how it works. exactly.
Guinness
You gotta catch
also
them all.
issued another record that day to Solari Capital founder A.J. Scaramucci, who purchased the card as the biggest tool on the face of the planet
Well, I'll
for
tell you
spending
what.
$16.5 million on a Pokemon card.
But I bet that card within the next 5 years is going to be worth more than $16.5 million. Go ahead, Aaron.
Quick Google search here. It says about 40 copies of the original 1998 Pikachu Illustrator card exists.
Spike, your kids collected Pokemon cards. You
I
got to
got-
look.
yeah.
You might have a Pikachu Illustrator
You might
card.
have $16 million.
Just setting. You got to go get it.
You know how you'll know if I have that?
Because we're never going to see you again.
Tomorrow is the Jake
show. And you're going to invite me to your private island.
You bet. Well, no, we're not. I'm not getting an island.
Yeah.
I'll buy Montana.
There's been a lot of negativity about islands recently.
Good guys can't own islands anymore. I'm going to get the state of Montana.
Okay.
I'm entirety of the state of Montana.
Good luck.
If not for 16 million, I won't.
Not for 16 million.
Be a minority owner for the Seahawks. Very
There you
minority
go.
owner.
A very, very small minority owner.
Not unless my wife divorces me and gets all the money and pulls them with the other ex-wives club.
So the next most expensive card after the Pikachu Illustrator card, of which there's one of 40, thank you, Aaron, is the Topps like the most legendary baseball card that I've ever heard of, was the 1952
Billy Ripken
Topps.
double F proof.
Billy Ripken, no, the Mickey Mantle card,
Sure,
which
okay,
is nearly
yeah.
perfectly rated. It's like got a 9.5 rating out of 10, which is impossible, and it's from 1952. They keep that card in a steel vault. It's worth $12.5 million. Just recently sold at auction in 2022. So this Pikachu surpassed Mickey Mantle. I don't know if that's fair, but whatever. I mean, I'm not a Pokemon collector. So maybe that is the value. Clearly, it's a value. Somebody's willing to pay that for it.
What's a Griffey rookie card going for? Do you know?
They're all over the board. Depends on how it's
Are they
graded.
big money?
Maybe a few $100. Nothing crazy.
Not even. I mean, I can get you a Billy. I can get you a cheaper one. Then.
Okay.
I got a guy.
You know a guy.
I got a guy.
Yeah.
I got a guy.
Just be a shame if Billy Ripken's was worth more just because somebody wrote, double F on his bat knob there.
And you know what? But that's capitalism.
That is,
That's
right.
where we live. And
There's
that's
a lesson to all you rookies in the majors. Write something nasty on your...
Write something funny. It's just like an error. It's like a misprint on a card. Very valuable.
The double stamp penny right there.
Absolutely. All right. We have a lot more coming up. We got your text messages next. Tons of great stuff. So you don't want to miss a second of it. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-230-2777.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Every season is a little bit different here in Washington, but I'll tell you what, the amount of rain never seems to change in the winter, and we have sure gotten a ton of it this season. All that rain, all that water, it's all got to go somewhere. And if it makes its way into your crawl space, that's when it can create all sorts of problems, including real structural damage, which could really affect your home. But more importantly, for the health of your family, the water in that crawl space could create toxic mold, and that has serious health repercussions. Thankfully, we have Crawl Pros. They can come in and keep your crawl space dry, install a sump pump and drainage, and reroute that water back out and away from your home. They'll also take care of any mold that may have been created. Don't take the risk. It's too important. The best way to learn if you have any water is to ask Crawl Pros to visit your home and inspect your crawl space for free. Crawl Pros will go where you don't want to. So if you're worried about water damage, mold, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print.
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge.
Not 1 cent.
83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
File your taxes for free with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. File on your own in the Credit Karma app by February 28th. Valid for those who didn't file with TurboTax last year.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're going to get into text messages in just a moment, but we were talking before the break about sports cards and how valuable they are and how none of us have successfully managed to hold on to anyone from childhood. And it got me thinking, Spike, because your Billy Ripken story was hilarious, and people should go and you should. I'm not going to say it because we don't want to get fined by that. But you should go and look up what was written on Billy Ripken's bat that one of his teammates wrote, and it made me think baseball is do we all agree that baseball would be the most fun sport to be in?
Yeah,
if you were an athlete, professional athlete.
Yeah, I think so. That's easy to say.
If you could choose any, and this is a dumb conversation, but I feel like that's
what
kind of what we're here for.
It's our show.
If you could pick one sport to be a professional athlete in, all factors considered, how long you can play it, how much you get paid, guaranteed money versus not guaranteed money, injury likelihood, all those different things. And maybe you don't factor any of those in, and you want just like one bright shining moment as a running back in the NFL.
Wow, interesting.
What would you choose? What sport would you choose? Have you ever thought about that?
Not really, but it would be baseball.
Baseball.
I think it would. It's fun. It's so much fun.
Guaranteed money.
Right. Longest career.
Most
of the game is watching baseball.
The downside, it is you're watching baseball.
Most of the game you're watching baseball.
The downside
Either that or they're a backup quarterback.
Or backup quarterback. Yeah. Go talk to Brock.
Paid to hold a clipboard and have the best seat in football.
Just sit there.
What a gig.
I wonder if backup quarterback would be really stressful, though, because you always have to be ready to go in, but you never get to pay off the feeling, or you rarely do, of going in and playing in a game. So you always have to, prepare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
in baseball, you're a pitcher in baseball. You know you're not playing that night.
4
you're
days
not in the rotation.
Off, 1 day on. Better than a fireman with all that money.
Yeah. You can eat bad foods, and you can still go and sit and watch a game. You're not even worried about it. Because you know you're not going to get any. I pitched yesterday. I'm going to eat a ton of spaghetti today.
And even with 4 days, I can work that off.
I think for me, you have to consider pro golf as well.
Oh, good choice. I didn't contemplate golf.
Because I'm thinking about longevity. Baseball's a great sport, but it's still a young man's game.
It is.
I mean, you can play that maybe into your 30s.
In golf, it's you control it's in your hands.
You don't want to play a tournament that weekend? Don't. You want to go and spend most of your time training in Hawaii? Do.
The team didn't draft the hottest little, left-hander of all time to take your spot on the roster.
Totally.
Or, you're a quarterback and they get the number one pick. I'd like to be Gino today.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Nobody's throwing a golf ball at you and trying to make you not hit it. You're just sitting there hitting your own golf ball. It's literally sitting on a tee. Not doing nothing.
Right.
I think mine might have to be golf.
Ocean breezes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, the average pay of a golfer is probably less than the average pay of a professional baseball player in the majors.
Yeah.
But I think it might have to be golf.
It's pretty great.
It's a pretty great sport.
It's pretty great.
But you know what? Neither of us are those things, so it doesn't really matter. It's all daydreaming. All right, Laura, why don't we start off with some of these text messages and just get right into these now that we've wasted so much time.
On the sale of the Seahawks, 206 says, can the current ownership of the Seahawks require the team to stay in Seattle? Will the NFL allow that?
I would say yes and yes.
Yeah, I think it is. It can make a condition of sale.
Sure. Yeah.
The alternative is too painful to consider.
I cannot imagine a scenario where the NFL would consider letting the Seahawks leave, even if the ownership wanted to.
Right. And the ownership has final say as to who they have control over. They can reject sale to any potential owner.
Do you mean the NFL?
The NFL. That's what I mean.
NFL.
The NFL, yeah.
Can you even imagine how stupid it would be for the NFL to get rid of such a valuable franchise? Yeah. I mean, to take it out of this city, I can't imagine.
Here
that
we
would ever do
come,
that.
Sacramento.
Yeah, it's not like the Sonic situation.
Rolls off the tongue. Sacramento Seahawks.
Oh, don't say that.
Sackhawks.
That's awful. All right, go for it.
Nazi in Port Orchard says, sell the team, give a few bucks to every homeless person on the street. And Seattle is bada boom, bada bing, problem solved.
Oh my gosh, I could not hate an idea more than that.
Well, wait a minute. We're selling this for philanthropic reasons. Maybe part of Paul Allen's philanthropy is to address some of the situations in Seattle with regard to addiction.
Oh, you know
with
what?
Regard to mental
As you
health,
were saying
right?
it, I just kept thinking about the team moving.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't care what somebody with their private money wants to do. Do whatever you want with your private money. Yeah, great. 253, use the fireman and police pension fund to buy the Seahawks. Now, that is an interesting idea. But then, here's the problem. Then it's owned by the state. And the state is not going to run that team very well. That's a promise.
You spend $17 million on a backup punter?
Yeah.
Well, who should buy the team? Who might run it better? Fernando and Seattle had a vote for the ex-wives. Both are more relatable and better liked.
Fernando's not wrong. 2 days in a row now, Fernando. We're probably agreeing on things.
Right? 425 says, hands down, it's the women.
B and Puyallup says, anyone who hasn't visited Epstein Island.
I think that's a good qualifier, right?
I think it is.
That's the baseline we should clear.
Instant disqualifier.
That's
pretty good. If you're in the files.
Yeah, and we're not saying who has and who hasn't. No, we don't know for sure.
Everybody is. Yeah. Caleb in Tacoma says, Jeannie Buss has been an excellent owner for the Lakers for years. Women can do a great job.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And she inherited it from her dad, right?
Yep.
Who did a good job running the team. All right, let's see here. Let's move on to some other stuff. We're short on time.
Although I did like Jamestown and Eastlake saying maybe the founders of Costco could buy it. Could you imagine Costco hot dogs and pizza at Seahawks games?
Could you imagine a $1.75 hot dog at a game?
That would be sweet.
I mean.
$1.50. $1.75 is a massive increase.
Well, it's a stadium. It's a stadium.
I would not pay $1.75.
Stadium pricing.
Sacrilege.
Whatever.
All right, let's do Washington Public School salaries. Nick in Paulsboro says, do superintendents serve zero purpose? Who are you going to get to be a quality superintendent if you lowball any qualified applicant? Nick, absolutely superintendents are very valuable, but are they worth $500,000? That's a question I'd put back to you. And is there not somebody who could do the job for, say, $300,000 instead of almost $500,000? I don't know. That's another question for you, Nick.
Warren in Tacoma says superintendent pay should be based on the amount of money that they're managing in each district. If they're managing $10 billion, and think about how much of a CEO of a $10 billion company makes. Maybe we aren't paying superintendents enough, and that's why our schools are failing.
Warren, you are hilarious, and I assume what you're saying is a complete hilarious joke.
Well, I don't know.
Very funny.
Think of it as a company.
Then they should be fired.
Fire students who don't do well.
Oh my gosh. Warren, they're not being paid enough, and that's why they're not doing well. When you go back and they have doubled the amount of money we're spending on schools in the last 10 years. Doubled. And the scores have gotten worse. And you're saying they're not getting enough money, Warren?
Okay, we got to get down to trading.
Hilarious,
Warren. Hold on. Let me just lower your blood pressure. John in Kirkland says, I think Jake is right. Schools are too top-heavy in administration. You'll probably lose 25% of them and not even notice a difference in how school districts of this state work. But got to keep the teachers. Got to keep the good teachers. It's the middle managers who are costing us money.
I didn't suggest one teacher should be fired. I want that to said, John. I totally agree with you. Good teachers we keep. Bad teachers, I'm happy if those guys go away. But the administrative staff has gotten very bloated. All right, Laura, what was the one you were just saying?
Trading cards. 206 says, my mom marked our baseball cards with permanent markers so she could tell who they belonged to and ruined my Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. I never got over it.
She wrote
that is like
butt.
the most mom thing to do. She's just trying to stop a fight between kids, and she's ruining the cards.
Why does Mickey Mantle have a mustache on yours? Thanks, Mom.
That's horrible. I'm throwing this away. That makes me feel sad. All right, John Curley's coming up next. Thank you guys for hanging with us today. We will be back tomorrow. We'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the State Liners at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. He's a multi-platinum artist whose raw lyrics and powerhouse vocals have captivated fans for decades. Now, he and his band, the Stateliners, are coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
I was ordering food for the office from the same few places for too long.
For workplaces suffering with office food fatigue, every day's a struggle.
Before starting Easy Cater, I assumed having no good vegan options for Carl in finance was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat OFF with a huge variety of favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Used daily, one platform lets you save time and shine. Ask your app store about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do? My refund, though. I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO Newsradio.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959-3388.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio.